question there. And that's just power. No. Other than myself.
And now, your 37, wicketkeeper Nat Ray. Number 35, Fran Wilson. Number 63, captain Sophie Love. Number 10, Amanda Jane Wellington. Number 25, Alex Griffiths. Number 95, Izzy Wong. Number 16, Sophia Smale. Number 20, Chloe Skelton. Big welcome back to number 24, Lauren Filer. And number 45, Ellie Anderson. A reminder, Sunrisers won the toss and elected to bowl first.
Well, it's great to see so many families in here at Cooper Associates County Ground. It is, of course, half-term holiday, so welcome along to all the young ones that we've got with us this afternoon. If you're between the ages of 8 and 11 and you're with your parents or carers this afternoon, ask them about Dynamo Cricket and tell them that you want to get involved, because it's a brilliant way into the game, a brilliant way to make new friends, learn new skills, and here's the next bit as well. All Dynamos will get a New Balance t-shirt, which will have their name and number on the back. James formerly goes to number 24, so you get that personalised, and it's just a brilliant avenue into this sport we love so much, and so many of those players that we're going to see out in the middle a little bit later on have come through pathways just like Dynamo Cricket. If you'd like to find out more information, head to dynamocricket.co.uk for more information. culture. And what has come through clearly in the conversation so far is the infectious sense of community within cricket. Cricket's unique ability to bring people together from different cultures and generations through a shared love of the game. The discussion is centered around respect and integrity, the need to find a balance between honouring the traditions of cricket whilst ensuring we are embracing new opportunities and future-proofing the sport for generations to come. We're now inviting everyone to reflect on what cricket stands for. Every voice will help shape a new set of values that will guide our sport and the culture that gives life to the game. The Big Cricket Conversation, which is at thebigcricketconversation.co.uk, is your chance to chat honestly about where cricket is today and where it could be tomorrow. Whether a player, fan, volunteer, employee, a member of the local community, or someone who doesn't currently feel this game is for them, we invite you to get involved. Now is your time to have your say on the culture of the game. Visit thebigcricketconversation.co.uk or scan the QR code on the screen now to join. The survey closes this coming Monday and takes 5 minutes to complete. So then we heard from the two captains briefly at the toss when we found out which team is going to do what in today's Charlotte Edwards Cup fixture, but our wonderful man Rob took a little bit more time earlier on to speak to both captains ahead of this Charlotte Edwards Cup match.
Very great to see the sun is shining. We're in the win the other day.
Yeah, I think we're going to take more of this one today. Hopefully we'll have a better quality and a better crowd, really special.
Soaking on the road, 4 wickets, and how was she able to answer quickly?
Yeah, I think she's a really skillful T20 bowler. So yeah, she used that experience really well. I think we'll really credit that.
How do you see the group in the early stages at the moment?
I think we're in a really good place. Obviously, the yourself on top of the table is really positive. So yeah, we'll work on the T20 as well. Together with the game was really good, and hopefully we'll go forward.
Obviously, it's all to see your opponents today at home. Firstly, how do you think the pitch will play? They're at Taunton, you've got experience in it. Secondly, they're in need of a win, so we'll be expecting that.
Yeah, I think they're really well. Obviously, got they're in the first half of the potentially. So yeah, it'll be a good test for us. But I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I think so, girls. Pitch will play really well as well. So good pitch and yeah.
Finally, to set up for us today, I think we should go with that.
Yeah, it'll be great to see the crowd and hopefully yeah, it'll be good fun to get out to. So yeah,
Go on, Seb.
thank you very much.
So great to see the sun is shining. You're in Taunton. I'm sure the girls are going to as well.
Yes, no better place to play, as I like to say. It's a home goal game, in front of home crowd, and hopefully we get every day.
All is a win. It's at early stages of the Charlotte Edwards Cup, but you've come close. It's not all the W so far.
Yeah, really important to get some momentum in this competition towards the back end of it. So, yeah, it's a win today, we set us up nicely, we've got a little bit of a break there before we head to the Blaze next week. So, yeah, hopefully get a win today and then refresh it a bit.
And I want to chance to do some other return of Laura Ball.
Yeah, we're just glad to have that luxury of Lauren inside. She's hungry to get some cricket under her belt as well. We played a little bit of England over the last month or so, but desperate to hit the points and score today.
I think she had to do it. She was playing here when she was England last week, and she got washed out, unfortunately, so we're doing a pace of it today.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully she throws it to short ones, and yeah, that's what I like, isn't it? Her pace and bags, and hopefully it's these quick hits to get the team to score.
Summarising, what do you think of that?
Yeah, they're a decent team. They've got really well break and they this year to start their campaign. So yeah, we know there's no easy games in this competition now, but like I say, every game's winnable as well. We've got better performances.
And finally, should you go down? Friends and family here today?
Yeah, I've got friends and family here. Yeah, like I said, no better place to come and play. Also, the boys playing later as well. So we love playing those top header events. Hopefully there'll be a great crowd in half term. Hopefully lots of children that we can inspire as well.
Very well, Jeff. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Grace Scrivens and Sophie Love ahead of today's match starting in just a few minutes' time. Let's confirm the two teams starting with surprises. Number 29, Grace Scrivens. Number 14, Joe Gardner. Number 6, Cordelia Griffith. Number 26, Maddie Williams. Number 44, Lissy Lavau. Number 9, Jodie Rugoff. Number 4, Flo Miller. 17, goalkeeper Amara Carr. Number 28, Sophie Munro. Number 10, Eva Bray. And number 48, Nicola Hancock. And now your Western Storm starting 11. Number 74, Emma Corney. Number 37, Nat Rake. Number 35, Fran Wilson. Number 63, Captain Sophie Love. Number 10, Amanda Jane Wellington. Number 25, Alex Griffiths. Number 95, Izzy Wong. Number 16, Sophia Smale. Number 20, Chloe Skelton. Number 24, Lauren Filer. And number 45, Ellie Anderson. Sunrisers won the toss, elected to bowl, blast off in 5 minutes time.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Cooper Associates County Ground here at Somerset. Welcome to one and all. You join us today for the Charlotte Edwards Cup game between Western Storm and Sunrisers. That's a 20-over game between the 8 regional centres of excellence as they are this year. They're heading towards finals day on Saturday the 22nd of June at Derby, which excitingly will involve half of the teams. So we've got 8 teams here in the regions. 4 of them will be involved, the top half will be involved in semi-finals for the first time and then a playoff for the final. So there'll be 3 games that day. Previously we've had the winner of the table going through automatically to the final. This time we're going to have 2 semi-finals. My name is Claire Jenkins and I'll also be joined first of all by Hannah Thompson-Radford. We are both former Somerset players. You will also hear the voice of Ian Randall, who is the Gloucestershire stream commentator. We're due to start here in a couple of minutes. And the news from the toss is that Sunrisers have won the toss and will bowl. If you want to join in on social media, Western Storm is often hashtag Stormtroopers and Sunrisers is hashtag RiseUp. So Hannah, have you got teams for us?
I do indeed. So for Western Storm, we've got Nat Ray, Emma Corney, we've got Fran Wilson returning, so Neve Holland will be missing out, Sophie Luff, captain, Alex Griffiths, Amanda Jade Wellington, the overseas superstar, Izzy Wong on loan from the Sparks, Sophia Smale, Lauren Filer returns, Chloe Skelton, Ellie Anderson, so Molly Robbins missing out for Lauren Filer. For the Sunrisers, we've got Grace Scrivens, Jo Gardner, Cordelia Griffith, Maddie Villiers, Lissy McLeod, Jodie Grewcock, Flo Miller, Amara Carr, Sophie Munro, who's on loan from the Blaze, Eva Gray, Nicola Hancock, so unchanged from the Monday victory.
Some interesting lineups there, Hannah.
Yeah, definitely interesting lineups and good to see the return of Wilson. Believe it's concussion injury.
Yeah, so I was here with Ed, the game where she full commitment to a stop and banged her head on the way down, and then she didn't bat, so they brought in a concussion substitute. So great to see her feeling fit and well. So the players are coming on the pitch now. The umpires today are Ben Peverell and Gabby Brown. The scorers are the legend that is Polly Rhodes and Cecilia Shapansky, so we like to mention them as well. So the umpires are out. We've got Sunrisers in the field here with their sort of tiger-striped arms and Western Storm coming out in their familiar green tops and black trousers. The other games today all start at the same time. Northern Diamonds take on South East Stars at Chesterley Street, and the Blaze take on Central Sparks at Nottingham. So Western Storm back-to-back games. They played yesterday and playing today, and so are Central Sparks playing yesterday and today. They'll be looking for some sort of momentum, I think. Western Storm had a match abandoned against the Stars at Beckenham, and then they lost in that game where I mentioned about poor old Fran having a bit of a knock on the head last week by 21 runs. But a close game, exciting game. And then they were beaten by the Vipers by 28 runs again. at Southampton yesterday, despite Amanda Jade Wellington teeing off with 31 off 15, including 2 sixes. 145 would have won them a lot of games in other matches, and they actually used 8 bowlers, so it'll be interesting to see how many bowlers they bring us for today's game. Do you want to take Nicola Hancock from the far end, Hannah?
Yep, so yeah, but overseas she's been bowling superbly so far, picking up 3 for 45 against the Sunrisers, against the Vipers, sorry. You can tell I'm just waking up, still got my coffee next to me. Earlier on this season, but she's been bowling well, been very threatening. So let's see what she's got here against the Storm. She steams in. It's going to be a wide for her first. But you mentioned as well, Cecilia Shapansky, the scorer, also wants to flag congratulations to her daughter this week, who picked up her 100th cap for Somerset.
Oh,
so well done to Lorraine Shapansky.
That's a great name.
So yeah, 100 caps for Somerset. She's been playing a relatively long time for the side, at least 10 years plus.
Wow.
As Hancock returns for her second delivery. Straight delivery, and it's clipped airily. It's going to race away for the first boundary of today's innings.
Brilliant. Excellent. We like that. It sort of sat up, didn't it, really? And that seemed like an easy shot there, but certainly Wraith made it look easy there. Sunrisers beat the Vipers by 3 runs at Arundel on Monday. So they'll have their tails up from beating the Vipers, which in previous seasons we've been pleased to report Vipers being beaten. Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Hancock to Rafe, this time sliced but finds a fielder. No run taken.
We've got the sunshine here at Hannah.
We absolutely do. It's a glorious cricket day, and we love glorious cricket days in Taunton, don't we? It's such a lovely venue.
Although I've got about 16 layers because I never quite... The commentary positions are sometimes freezing cold if the aircon's turned up, or boiling hot because we're behind the sun, behind a lot of glass here. We've got a great position here at in the Trescothic stand, looking down on the pitch.
Comes in, this time defended, no run taken. Very tight, very kind of body line coming in there.
She really seems to have settled into this, the Aussie Nick Hancock, sometimes referred to as Hank the Tank.
Is that
I think that's probably? I think that's just a bit of Grace Harrisism. I think she's a Brisbane Heat player, isn't she? So she seems to have settled in well. And the conditions must be very different because they say about Aussie pitches bouncing a lot. So she's adapted well.
Comes in. This time it's hit airily. It finds the gap of the field, and it will race away for another boundary. My heart stopped for a minute because I thought it was close to Cordelia Griffith, but she just managed to pierce the gap there. Nat Rafe with another boundary to her name.
It felt like watching in slow motion, didn't it? It went in the air, just around, almost bent around the fielder there.
It certainly did. Yeah, you're right. It did kind of bend through.
Whether she hit across it, I'm not sure. Sort of fading the ball.
But nonetheless, a good start from Rafe here. She's been in good touch this season in both the competitions as well. Nice to see her stepping up with the bat. Hancock to Rafe. This time she'll find fielder. No run taken.
Better length there, wasn't it?
Much better length. And of course there'll be another delivery for the earlier wide. 9 from the over so far for Storm. A healthy start.
Because the power play will be the first 6 overs, so the 25-yard circle in the women's game and 2 fielders allowed out. They're different numbers and a different size circle in the men's game later.
Right arm over, comes in, and this time misses. A very good delivery to end that over from Hancock, bringing it back towards the end. So Storm 9 for 0 off the first. Rafe with 8. And of course we had the wide to make it to 9. Corney yet to face delivery, so Claire, it's her turn now.
Yeah, and Amara Carr looking very interested on that last ball, which almost caught the edge. She got 2 stumpings against Vipers, and she's, in terms of the Professional Cricketers Association Most Valuable Player, PCA MVP, she's number 8 in the rankings for catches and stumpings and so forth. So we've got Maddie Villiers, who Kevin James described as Maddie de Villiers, which I thought was interesting. One of the Vipers games. Love Kevin. But Maddie Villiers coming in from the Trescothick end. Corney to face. It's the first ball she's faced, isn't it? I think. Yeah.
Yep, it is indeed. So she started the season with 44, 6, 26. So hopefully looking for another big score today.
It's carved out to cover point, and there is no run.
She spent the first part of this season injured, unfortunately. I think it was shoulder or back, but was looking promising in the pre-season.
Villiers in again, carved this time through the gaps, going towards the boundary. There's a couple of fielders going after it. Will Cordelia Griffiths get it? Not quite. Even these big boundaries here at Somerset today. That's 4 runs to Emily Corney.
Yeah, really good from the batters, both getting off the mark with a 4.
Yeah.
Can't complain with that.
Emma Corney, of course, got a useful 26 off 24 balls against the Vipers. And she top scored against the Stars with a 40 off 37 with 5 fours as Villiers comes in to Corney. Plays that backwards of point straight to the fielder, and there is no run. Still 13 for no wicket.
I love how she looked like, are you going to run or are you not going to run?
Yeah. Go on.
Tell me what you want to do. Yeah.
What you really, really want. Break into some.
That I word you mentioned previously, intense. Good
intent. Yes, we like a bit of intent. That's squirted this time between point and cover point. They do get through for that single. So another one to the total. 14 without loss. Our Western Storm here at Taunton in the Charlotte Edwards Cup T20 competition between the 8 English Regional Centres of Excellence. Of course, this will be Somerset versus Essex next year, so that'll be an interesting new structures to be put in place as Villiers comes into Wraith, comes forward, squeezes it backwards. The fine leg fielder picks that up easily. Here's a McLeod, and there is no run.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely, as much as we're going to miss the regional kind of competition next year, it's also going to be absolutely amazing to have that same identity and have days like this where it is a double header.
Yeah, double header, that's right.
Even closer affinity to the teams.
Wraith plays up forwards and Villiers has a little dive at that, but there is no run. You're right, it's going to be interesting. So that's the end of the over. 2 overs down. Western Storm are 14 without loss. Corney on 5 and Wraith on 8.
Yeah, really healthy start. So we spoke to Trescothick, Traegate. Today, I need that coffee. We spoke to Traegate. It's because we're sat in the Trescothick stand.
Yes, that's what it is.
Too many TREs, you know. So we spoke to Traegate earlier on in the season. He was talking about being the batting coach for Western Storm and talking about how they've been trying to free up those openers, you know,
have a bit of a go.
Yeah, have a go. Try to, you know, be fearless, see what happens. And I heard in the pre-season in a 50 over match, so I appreciate it wasn't D20, but they hit 90 off the first 10.
Yeah.
So trying to get that level of fiery, explosive batting.
Yeah, make the most of the fielding restrictions as well.
Indeed.
You've got to change a bowl at the other end. It's great, isn't it?
It is indeed. A dot ball to start.
She almost managed to slap that back onto the wickets as it came back past her. That was. I wonder if she did that by accident. She's probably regretting it now. She's shaking her hand out. I think she took all of the force of the ball there.
Saved crucial runs. It's what you've got to do in this short format, isn't it?
Yeah.
Throw your body
Commitment.
behind it, get something on it, prevent the batters getting the upper hand as Gray steams in. This way the ball's going to...
Ooh, great stuff.
Indeed. So it's going to race away, but the fielder slides round to keep it down to 1. Good rotation of the strike from Storm.
Like a bit of nice point fielding. You see, that was my position.
See,
Chance to throw yourself round, get your kit dirty. That one it was much dirtier when we played in whites. Black trousers probably a lot more practical.
Rafe on strike. Swings and a miss. Good delivery from Gray. Yeah, I hate fielding at point or square. It's a bit angle. I don't like that kind of flat angle. I'd much rather be in front of the ball to see if it's coming at me and I can respond quick
I
enough.
like to be behind the bat. Although you've got to watch because it's spinning. It's usually spinning away from you.
Exactly, yeah. Too much to think about, mate. Just instant reaction for me. Gray comes in. Straight to delivery, tries to whack it.
Ooh,
Next side,
the
there's
goal.
a slight collision from a bowler. Direct hit.
We nearly had a sliding doors and it squinched there, and she nearly, as the batter's almost caught Gray right in the middle of a sandwich there.
Direct hit would have been interesting there. But nonetheless, a good, although slightly ugly run. You know, it wasn't the most prettiest viewing, but they scraped it through. Easy enough. Corney on strike this time. This time finds the gap superbly, and the ball's definitely going to hit the boundary rope for that one. A glorious 4 runs to her total. Good batting from these Western Storm openers.
That was a proper swipe, wasn't it? Down across the carpet. Lovely. 4 runs.
Pierced the fielders wonderfully. Storm 20 for naught.
Eva Gray's got one of the best dot percentages, you know. I was looking that up this morning.
Ooh, tell me more.
Oh no, that's it. That's my nugget. There's a change in the field here. They're bringing up third and sending out cover point fielder beyond the circle.
See if she's got another dot in here, or whether Storm's going to ruin that reputation. But she does end her over with a dot ball. So Western Storm 20 for naught, Rafe on 9, Corney on 10.
Yes. The sunshine. We've got a good crowd in here, Hannah. Looking round. Nice to see smattering people. I know. And I wonder how many are coming in just for the women's game. And some of them are going to be in for both games, because you get great value for money today. 2 games for the price of 1. And a blast later. Because we've got all the TV cameras here. Got the, you know, got Sky coming on for the second game.
Yeah, we've got the Vitality Dashens down there.
Oh yeah. And we've got to clear out, haven't we? Because the BBC are coming in after us. So we've got to move pretty quickly at the end. Seagulls flying high above the county ground. Another change of bowler out here, haven't we?
Yep, Jodie Grewcock coming into the mix, so they're varying up their bowling options.
This seems to be happening more and more, so that the batters don't get any kind of rhythm to the bowling. Bit of spin, it's swiped straight to the mid-on fielder, and there is no run.
Yeah, I think the days have kind of gone where you kind of opening bowlers bowl out there, so then you get the first change. So I think those days are kind of gone now. It's very mixing it up, see what happens. I think Charlotte Taylor on the live stream yesterday called it licorice all sorts.
Oh yes, that's right, I heard that one. There's a big intent there, talking about intent, up and over the fielder, but I think it's plugged. Will Grace Scrivens get to it before the rope? No.
Oh, that was
a little dive at the end. Oh dear. As he lands over the rope there. That's 4 more runs to Nat Wraith.
That was such a cruel way.
Yes, it was another couple of feet she'd have made that.
It was slowing up, properly teasing
Didn't look
her.
like it would make it.
Although the dive at the end was definitely unnecessary. That was just for the theatre, I'm sure.
For the cameras. Western Storm 24 for no loss. Grewcock to continue. Right arm over. Ooh, she steps back and doesn't really... I don't know that she necessarily knew where that was going. It went backwards to sort of deep... I don't know, deep fly slip even now, almost to third there. But they got through for a single, nevertheless. And 1 more to the total. 25 for no loss. And Grace Scrivens has a little chat with Grewcock and they decide what they're going to do. They're going to bring in the long on fielder and sending out cover point and putting in a traditional point, shorter. So we've got Eva Gray going out to the boundary on the left hand side to us as we look down on the pitch from the Trescothic end. Ooh, backwards. Oh, she's bowled. That's out. Grewcock gets her. So that bit of movement in the field, perhaps, and a slightly different ball. Whether it was a plan, what do you reckon, Hannah?
Oh, absolutely. You could. That was definitely plan into motion, wasn't it? It was saying like
tempted to go there.
Yeah, freeing up that space, play me out there. And in the end, she just got a bit caught up, didn't she, in terms of getting stuck there and couldn't really free her arms through to make way. But nonetheless, these 2 batters, opening batters of Nat Wraith, she's only 22, and Corney, she's only 20. So, you know, young talent.
They are, and that's what strikes me about Western Storm. Lots of youngsters, sort of more experienced head side. Western Storm find themselves 25 for 1. And Corney is clean Grucock. Yeah, it's felt like a trap because she went back to play it into that gap that they'd left her and went so far back that missed the hit. So Fran Wilson to the crease for Western Storm. She's taking a guard from Gabby Brown, who's at our end, and then Peveril at the far end. In terms of the umpires, Grucock. Wilson surveys the field. Plays that forward to mid-off, and there is no run. Still 25 for 1. Getting towards the end of the 4th over, so still in the power play. Grucock to Wilson. Plays that to point. Just dabbed there, and they get through for an easy single. 26 for 1. That's the end of the over. So 4 overs down. Western Storm 25 for 1. Wilson off the mark with 1, and Nat Wraith on 14.
Yeah, just was double checking as well to see Jodie Grucock's bowling performances within this competition. I was surprised to see that she's yet to have picked up wickets. So today's her first of the 2024 edition of the Charlotte Edwards Cup. But she's one of those youngsters who's been spoken about a lot in terms of her potential.
Yeah.
Picked up 3 for 28 against Western Storm in the Rachel Haggo Flint Trophy on that opening fixture. There must be something about Storm she enjoys bowling.
You wonder whether there's the bogey teams and bogey players for on each side.
We've got another bowler. We've got the return of Hancock, and she goes up for the appeal, but the ball's definitely gone down the leg side. Let's see whether it's come off of the leg.
It sounded batty to me, but what's bent nose giving leg guys.
Yeah.
We talked about bogey plays. It amused me yesterday that Amanda Jade Wellington got Charlie Knott out. So the Aussie versus Aussie battle yesterday in the Vipers game. I'm sure that's extra satisfying for a bowler to get your Aussie versus Aussie wicket. So Nick Hancock's bowls against Wellington.
Wasn't on strike. Yeah, it'd be interesting if there is that kind of friendly rivalry between the overseas.
We do get that sort of spice between players who've played as well, because there was certainly a feeling of Katie George, who's ex-Western Storm, of course. I think there was an extra delight in when she was taking wickets for Central Sparks last Friday, which that's the added edge to the game then, isn't it?
I think it's interesting because I think sometimes people from the outside think, oh, we're all friends, we all get along, and it's like, there's a lot of spice going on in between as Hancock comes in, quick delivery. Wilson finds the gap and racing away once more. Another boundary to Western Storm's total. And it's a boundary here at Taunton.
It is. We've got a nice big boundary. I imagine that they're going to leave the boundary for the men's game later. So nice big boundary. You know my rule on boundary size, don't you? So it should be possible to run 3 somewhere. I think there's plenty of opportunity, I think, here to run 3 in the corners because it's a big old oval today.
Hancock looks to respond. Her next delivery comes in. Wilson doesn't quite get it away where she wants it to, and it ends up scrambling across onto the leg side. No run taken. So are you calling that a Jenkinism?
Oh well,
Jenkins rule.
No, well we know the Jenkins formula. We'll do that at the halfway. So because Ian doesn't know that, don't tell him.
Okay.
My formula is that for T20s, if you get to the 10 over mark, it should be double plus 20.
Ooh, specifics as well.
So Ed said, "Is it wickets dependent?" I said, "No." Wickets, just the total. It just gives you some idea, for me, about whether they've done well or badly as a guidance mark. And it's unusual because I don't do numbers normally, so it's the fact that I've actually got a numbers formula would be very amusing to those people who know how bad I am with numbers.
Some good bowling on offer here from Hancock. The last delivery looked very tasty from a bowler's perspective. Wilson having a little bit of difficulty here. Uses her feet. Gets it away. Did it come off the bat though, or was it pad? We'll soon find out. They're going to come through for 2.
I think it's going to be leg by
It looks that way.
Yes, Ben the shoulders, Peveril.
He's
Come
got
back to that later. I'll explain the shoulders later. But it's Ben the Peveril, the shoulders, Peveril.
he's got a very leg by signal there.
Okay.
Appreciate
Well,
it. He gets ready for it before he delivers it, and
I'm going there, but I'm going to leave you in Rundle's capable hands. But Morgan Barrell, who clearly is a pirate with the name of Morgan Barrell, he suggested that Ben Peveril hadn't taken the coat hanger out the back of his jacket, and therefore that's why he's Ben Peveril. Ben the shoulders Peveril. Right, I'm going to leave you with Hannah Thompson-Radford, and the next voice you hear will be Ian Randall.
so Villiers continues here. No run taken. I'm a little bit confused by Claire's story. I'm not sure if you understood it, Ian, but we'll soon find out. Villiers comes for her second delivery of this over. Batter uses their feet. Hits it out in the deep for a single.
Hello, Anna.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, did you understand Claire's story there about shoulders?
Yeah, I did. I think. I've got I could tell you a funny story about leaving coat hangers in jackets, but that probably wouldn't fit today. 35 for 1 in the last over of the power play. Maddie Villiers back for her second over from the Marcus Truscothic Pavilion end. Wilson waits and just tucks it into the leg side, but straight to Gray. Won't get a single to mid-wicket. Emma Corney, the one batter out, the one constant at the top of the Storm order in this competition. He's had various partners. Daniel Gibson not playing today has opened. Alex Griffiths has opened with her as well. Nat Wraith today, who's still there. Villiers again, only got a short approach. But again, Wilson forced to just push that out on the offside. She's got to be the glue here for this innings for me. Just use that know-how to try and marshal the Storm to a workable total, at least a workable total. Villiers, and Wilson goes outside the off stump, tries to follow the ball. Villiers pushed it wider. It was a good take in the end by Amara Carr. 7 saving the single and 2 out at the moment. Clipped through extra covers, a chase for Cordelia Griffith out towards the boundary at deep extra cover. She will haul it in. They'll take 2. Will they go for 1 on the arm? No, they won't. Throws quickly on its way to the bowler's end, and they'll just settle for a couple. Fran Wilson has 5. Nat Wraith has 15. Emma Corney, the one batter out so far, out to Grugok in the last over from this Marcus Truscothic Pavilion end. 37 for 1 at the end of the power play. Not too bad, just the 1 wicket down. That's the key factor, Hannah, isn't it? When you get to the end of the power play, if you're 3 down, it's trouble generally. If 1 down, you can kind of see if you can negotiate the innings from there.
Yeah, 100%. There's that stat, isn't there? Somebody's had a look at it, and it's like if you're 3 or more down in the power play, you're unlikely to go on to win. So, interesting with this game. It's a tidy start from Storm. It's good to see they're finding the boundary. There's a large boundary here at Taunton.
So Grugok changing ends.
She's picked up 1 already, as you mentioned, the departure of Corney. She appreciates different format, but in the 50 over comp, she did pick up 3 against the Storm, so wider delivery that will be signalled wide.
It's important to have that discipline of trying to keep the wides right down if you can. It's just cheap runs otherwise, isn't it?
Certainly is. Straightened up that delivery, and they're going to get it away from 1 run.
I have to say, her action is not the most comfortable, is it, as a bowling action for a leg spinner? Almost as if the left shoulder's dropping away more than it should.
It's certainly unique, but has been effective. Wilson on strike. Comes in, tries to flick it round the corner, gets away with a quick single. 1 run taken.
So even though you've got 2 right-handers in and the ball's going away from them, Grugok still had 2 fielders out on the leg side. and yet the pitch is very centrally placed today, so it's not as if there's a real advantage to hit square either side in particular.
Uses her feet, finds the fielder. Yeah, I was wondering as well, because that single on the previous delivery, the single cloud should be up a bit closer, and then are we allowing that one there? Can they get a bit tighter in the field? Dot delivery. Brewcock, another youngster. We talk about that a lot in this regional competition. So many young players who've really established themselves across the last couple of years in the professional game. Over the top. Will only get one from it though. Yeah,
If anything, the boundaries short, particularly to the three in Botham stands, probably a little bit shorter than the square. So you might get better value going straight down the ground if you can.
Yeah, there's a beautiful gap there as well. Wilson hits it relatively square, and again picks up one run. So just ticking the scoreboard over the Storm there, rotating the strike nicely. Good piece of bowling from Brewcock. Storm 42 for 1, Rafe 17, Wilson on 9.
So here they are at a runner ball after 7 overs with just the 1 wicket down. That's a pretty decent start. And we should say though that this is the international strip they would have used for the rain affected game scheduled to be here at Taunton last week. So with only 7 overs played, they've decided, well, that pitch can be used for this game as well, and it will be used also for the Somerset match later on tonight. So that accounts for why it's right slap bang in the middle of the square, and why it looks a really, really good wicket as well. So Sophie Munro for the first time from this Marcus Trescothick Pavilion end. She's on loan from the Blaze, only played 1 game but took 4 wickets in it, so quite an impact from her. And Grace Scrivens is being pretty exact about where she's putting her field as well. She's got a long on and a deep backwards square out, and that's going down the leg side, but nothing that Fran Wilson could do in terms of getting a bat on it. Grace Scrivens will open for the Sunrisers later on. I did joke with Claire that I saw a game between these two teams here several years ago, and I think, well, Grace wasn't very old then, but everybody knew that she had all the potential to be a significant player. Here's Munro, quite a long approach to the wicket again. That's flighted, it goes down towards the fielder at long on, could be held, and is. That's well judged, very well judged indeed by Joe Gardner, and Fran Wilson goes for 9. Tried to clear the rope on the full. Gardner was probably no more than a couple of metres inside the rope, but not quite enough on it, and a well judged catch and an immediate impact from Munro. It's 42 for 2.
Yeah, Joe Gardner was perfect position there. The ball came exactly to her. She didn't have to move at all. We'll see it on the replay now. You can see Wilson tried to get her hands for it. You can see what she was doing, but just get the other angle here, hopefully. To see a stunning, relatively simple catch from Joe Gardner. Didn't have to move at all.
Still got to be taken though. So they're in there a long time. So you can, on occasion, to have too long to set yourself. But she judged it well.
She doesn't generally drop things as Joe Gardner. I don't know. Normally talk something into action. But hopefully no commentators does. But she's an absolutely sound fit fielder. And recently an open batter as well. Gone up the ranks.
Yes, has, as you said, been pushed up the order. So Amanda J. Wellington batting at 5, we thought, on the card. Here she is coming in at 4. And immediately middles that off a full toss way out to Eva Gray at deep mid wicket. She'll pick up a single straight away. And if you look at how Amanda J. Wellington has batted in this tournament, she's forced her way up the order literally to this point where rather than being a sort of a lower order hitter, she's being very much put in the prime position of batting at 4. Wraith then to face Munro. That's also gone up in there. Skied. Someone needs to call for it. Cordelia Griffith in the end does just enough. I'm not sure whether there was a call from anybody there, because Munro was coming back towards the ball. Cordelia Griffith was coming onto the ball. It was much easier for her to take it. There was no, from our vantage point, there was no visible sign of a call, but she just about forced her way to take it. And that's 2 in this over now for Sophie Munro, and it's 43 for 3.
Yep, Nat Wraith having to depart. She's had a brilliant start. It's just a shame she's completely skied that effort. But as you mentioned, the fielding rate is absolutely shocking between those two. Well done to Cordelia Griffith for holding on, but I honestly thought there was going to be a horrible collision.
One of the first things you learn when you play cricket, isn't it? If the ball goes up in the air and it's a chance of 2 people going for it, somebody say something, either yours, mine, whoever, or leave it even would do. But here is the collision, and Cordelia Griffith is almost have to force Sophie Munro out of the way to take that. It's something you would see in a second 11 game on a Saturday afternoon, but it is such a basic, and in the end Griffith clung on and she did her bowler a favour.
Yeah, unfortunately I think that clip's probably going to do a round on social media.
43 for 3. Sophie Luff has come in, and a lot resting on this pair now for the Storm. And a slower ball from Munro, just steered away by Luff into the gully. No run, but having said, they got through the power play really well placed, and now in this 8th over suddenly the balance has tipped. Reminder of the rest of the likely batting order. Alex Griffiths probably in at 6, and then Izzy Wong, Sophia Smell 7 and 8 down the leg side, probably given us a wide, almost certainly given us a wide. And Cecilia Shapansky does that. Oh, she's the scorer, sorry. That's Gabby Brown, sorry. I looked down at the note of the scorers and umpires too quickly. Ben Peverill standing at square leg. Still 4 saving 1 on the offside for Munro. Love to face, and again it's just back over length. You can't do any more than push it out on the offside. And a big over for the Sunrisers, who won the toss, decided to bowl first here, and Munro with 2 wickets in that over. Both those importantly of the experienced Fran Wilson, and then Nat Wraith after the batters crossed when Wilson's shot to long on was in the air. 44 for 3 after 8 overs.
Yeah, instant impact from Munro on loan, proving a point for why she's here, having an opportunity and taking it.
How come she can't get in the Blaze team? That's the thing.
That is a question. I was a little bit surprised to see her be released on loan. She's been very kind of influential and impactful within kind of playing the 100, playing for Blaze, Lightning, etc. So it was an interesting move.
Groove got to continue.
It is indeed. In reverse sweep from Wellington, but she's sent back. A quick arm in from Munro, but it's very wide, so unthreatening to the batter. Yeah, I was surprised we'll see it on the replay as well, that shot, and we'll see the piece of fielding. Second delivery from Grewcock comes in. Wellington uses her feet and will try to get the quick single, which she makes through nice and easy because the fielder scrambles it there. Bit of a misfield. Pressure on from the batters. Yeah, a brilliant signing for the Sunrisers. A good steal, and she's definitely earning her money's worth, that's for sure. 6 wickets in 2 matches, and she's still got plenty of overs to bowl here.
The logic would be that the Blaze squad is so strong they feel they don't need her at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Luff uses her feet, finds the gap. Should just be 1. Yeah, because the Blaze do have a lot of depth across the board, but struggled in the Hey Ho Flint competition. recently been picking up wins in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Defended this time.
I think Amanda Jo Wellington was tempted to really wind up for that, and she changed her mind while the ball was in the air. Just took half a stride down the pitch and then went to really go for it, and thought, no, that's not the right ball to do that to.
She's winding up as she's waiting to see her arms swinging. She's looking hungry for that next boundary. She moves across. This time finds a fielder. Going to come through for yet another quick single. Luff is very quick in between the wickets, so they can definitely afford to do that. Luff has had a little bit of criticism of late about being a bit of a slow starter, so she needs to get above that 100 strike rate within this format. She wads it down for another quick run. End of the over. Storm 48 for 3, Luff on 2, Wellington on 3.
I just think that there is an element of rotating the strike here just to make sure that the scoreboard doesn't stick too much. And inevitably, after you lose 2 wickets in 1 over, there has to be a little bit of restabilisation. I know Claire has her own theory about where the score would be, and then the common practice is, double it after 12. So I think they're still looking. They want to get certainly north of 140 to be in the game. 160 might give them a fighting chance of a win. But they've got to cope with another over from Munro here, who took 2 wickets first time round. Sophie Luff on strike, bunts that into the ground. It goes straight, almost gun barrel straight, down towards Jo Gardner at long on. They'll just have to settle for a single.
These two, as you mentioned earlier, they have to build that platform. Nothing too silly too soon, because they've got plenty of time here to build something brilliant between them.
So Amanda Jo Wellington, will she be tempted by Munro? But 9 strides of an approach, slower ball again, deceived by the pace, and it's come off the top third of the bat, and it's just spooned out towards gully on the bounce. Six boundaries so far. This is the halfway point. Probably need to, if not immediately, try and get that boundary count up. Munro still with 4 saving a single on the offside again. That's a very tight line. They're going to squeeze a single out of it though. Good running. Jo Wellington just manufacturing a run from a very accurate delivery from Munro, who at the moment is putting a brake on things as far as the Storm are concerned. People filtering in all the time to watch this early game with Somerset playing Essex later on. Again, pace off from Munro. They're going to come back for 2. It's a well-judged run, is it? Yes, it is. They had one on the arm there, down to Jodie Grucock, down in front of the smaller of the 2 scoreboards. It was probably only just about 2 runs there, but she's right on the rope. How close was this? Certainly a definite call. Yeah, she's fairly comfortably home, but it needs to be a really fast run for the first one to give you a chance of completing 2. So Sophie Luff has 5, and Amanda Jo Wellington only 4 from 7 balls at the moment. Munro again in her second over. That's a full toss down the leg side. That should go for 4, and it will. That's well picked by Sophie Luff. Spotted that was a really loose one. Got inside the line, just helped it on its way down in front of the Colin Atkinson Pavilion. And a bonus boundary for the Storm, taking 56 for 3.
Yeah, she didn't have to do too much there at all. She put away a bad ball. Just need to see Storm perspective, making the most of those sorts of deliveries. But nonetheless, they've been very busy between the wickets here.
Monroe staying over the wicket, and again drops that a little wider. It's a bit shorter too, and it's a single actor. Hancock who's patrolling the cover boundary in front of the Somerset stand in front of the apartments. So halfway, 57 for 3. The Storm having been put into bat. Hannah's going to take a short break. Claire's going to come back in. And the balance at the moment feels as though probably slightly in the Sunrisers' favour at the minute. There's the Manhattan. No real big over in that first 10. 2 or 3 that are a little bit more profitable than some of the others, but at the moment the fielding side have not really had their grip loosened too much.
No, and so, quick wickets while I went off. So give a couple of quick wickets.
Yeah, I thought that was my fault. I'm sorry about that.
No, we're not blaming you, I don't think. And that's played forwards, but straight to the field. Underneath the field, and they do get through for a single there. Luff gets another one.
This is Grucock's last over.
Yeah, Grucock's last over from what I call the Luff end, and it's funnier because she doesn't bowl. But I just think something should be named after Sophie Luff, so that's the Luff end there. 58 for 3 into the 11th, second half now. If I could do numbers, it would be double plus 20 in this point, but don't do numbers. Somebody will work that out for me. As Grucock tosses the ball hand to hand. Wellington this time comes forward, plays it straight to the fielder Cordelia Griffith, and there is no run.
134 that would be.
Was it? 134. Oh, thank you.
That doesn't feel enough.
Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. But we shall see. We shall see. Depends how well they bowl, really. Oh, up and over. Oh, Grucock got hands to that one. Can only fend it up and over the bar. They get through for a single. 59 for 3. That was a bit of a risk there. I think there was a hand warmer, wasn't it?
That went into the ground or not? I don't think it did.
Maybe.
No, but it went quite quickly. Not the easiest height to take either.
I know. Luff. Forwards, dabbing that down. Thinking better of it. There is no run.
Yeah, Munro's 2 overs, 2 for 11, and that's made a big turning point in the game, or it feels like it has done at this stage.
She made a big impact when she came on, didn't she, as Grucock sends one down to Luff, who can't quite get hold of that, and there is no run.
She's not firing this in at all, is she? It almost feels like it is a pace-off situation. Munro bowling at least 1 or 2 slower balls and over, and Grucock here giving the ball a lot of flight.
Yeah, almost sort of underspin. So Luff works that to long on, and they trot through for a single, score to 60 for 3. Western Storm batting. They lost the toss, so I've got to say it the other way around. Sunrisers won the toss and decided to bowl.
1 for 18 for Jodie Grucock. That's a good return in a T20 game.
Listening to the voices of Ian Randall, the Gloucestershire live stream commentator, and Claire Jenkins, and I've heard this voice of Harry Thompson, both the former Somerset players. I just one nasal, bit of a cold, bit of a sniffle. But enjoying the sunshine here at the Taunton County Ground. This is Charlotte Edwards Cup game, 20 over T20s between the 8 regional centres of excellence as they are this year.
See Eva Gray come back from, for the first time from this end. That's the Marcus Trescothick Pavilion end. She had 1 over from the Surrey and Botham stand end, or the River end, as it's known here at Taunton earlier on. That cost 6. She's now coming back with a slight tweak in the field. Yeah. Still 4 saving 1 on the offside and a sweeper out, but on the leg side she's got a deep backward square, a deep square and a long on. Great in, then to the one player, Flo Miller, who's in at mid-wicket. That's why she's there, to stop the single. Got a lot of ground to cover there, but if Gray's line is tight enough, it will prevent Sophie Luff from getting any more than a comfortable 1 out to deep square. in again. And that's carved over the infield. It's a clever shot. It's plugged a bit in the outfield. They'll come back for two. It's a sliding stops just in front of the deep backward point boundary. And Sophie Love will come back for a couple.
In the other games, Northern Diamonds are 81 without loss in the 12th over against South East Stars up at Chesterley Street. And the Blaze are 72 for 3. They're into the 12th over against Sparks at Nottingham.
Love has 14. Waits again against a very good line from Grace. She's going to get a single, but that's all, and good backing up from Flo Miller because Cordelia Griffith's throw was wide of the stumps. There was nobody at the stumps to prevent the ball going on into the offside, but they've picked up one more. So, Claire, for someone who's watched the Storm more than I have, does Sophie Love have the potential to really, you know, open her shoulders towards the end and
yes, Captain Fantastic Sophie Love.
Really increase the run rate?
She can, yep.
Great. Outside the off stump, that's cut very neatly. Well placed by Amanda J. Wellington's going down towards the third man boundary. It will be stopped just in front. Can they run three? No. The throw's quickly on its way. That's good cricket in the outfield. Jodie Grucott with the chase and the throw kept them down to 2, even though these boundaries are pushed well back here at Taunton today, ready for the match later on against between Somerset and Essex. Just 2 in it. Great little shuffle at the start of her run and sprints in right on over the wicket, and that's pulled very well indeed. That will go forward. Oh, it's just hit the Toblerone on the half volley, and umpire Gabby Brown says yes, it's 4. And if you look at the replay on the screen, we'll see how it very, very nearly cleared the rope. If the camera would take it all the way in the flight, literally just fractionally short, but a welcome boundary.
Proper wallop that was, wasn't it, Ian?
And it's forced a change in the field, so there's now nobody in on the single on the leg side. They've put Miller right out on the fence, and there's a clever paddle shot over the infield. That will run down towards long leg for 4. It's clever cricket, having forced the gap on the leg side, made the space, and then Eva Gray didn't help matters by bowling one that was just in the slot, and Amanda J. Wellington took profit from that. So that's a good over for the Storm. 73 for 3 they are. We've had 12 of the 20 overs, and these two have so far added 29 for the 4th wicket. And that doesn't sound much, but in the context of the game, when it's a short format game,
what could be a low scoring,
it just feels like a partnership is beginning to build a bit.
I think so. I think there's been quite a lot of call on social media for Amanda Jade Wellington to come up the order. I remember discussing that earlier, and I think smart move for the Western Storm, because they've kind of brought her in when it's almost, well, on a couple of occasions it's been too late, but she's striking at nearly 200.
So Grace Scrivens for the first time from the far end.
Yep, Scrivens tosses the ball hand to hand. Loft swipes at that one. It's going to be a no ball, and we're going to get a free hit here. No ball, says Ben Peverell. Scrivens is a bit of a loosener there as Loft and Wellington have a little chat.
There is flight and flight.
Yeah.
That was
a bit loose.
That was.
For 3.
It is a free hit, by the way.
Yeah, free hit. Yeah, it comes a free hit then.
I was going to say it was head height, wasn't it? It really was.
Yeah. What can she get from this? Sweeps it back in squares. No fielder there, so I think that's going to make the ropes. Yep, 4 runs for total for Sophie Love. And you mentioned that partnership that's building, so we should see how that transpires.
Scrivens is the 6th bowler. She's brought herself on as the 6th bowler, and I don't think any of the 5 have been particularly loose already. So in a sense, she might feel she could have kept going with those 5 in some combination, but she's decided to bring herself on.
Under 19 captain, of course, always was, and it's played through the covers and underneath the fielder, Cordelia Griffiths there. They get through for a single. 79 for 3. On to the total. Yes, it's sort of swapping bowlers around. We see it at international level. So Sophie Devine. Oh yeah, we've got Izzy Wong on the bench there, Central Sparks. Ellie Anderson, of course, Central Sparks as well. So they're pinching some Central Sparks there. As that's played straight back to the bowler, and there is no run. Yeah, what was it? Oh yeah, Sophie Devine for New Zealand. She started early with the T20 internationals, swapping the bowlers around, and it seems to have caught on this year in the domestic season here. That's reversed up and over. That's a very funky shot. It's running down towards the man in out of my view. Oh, that's a four. Another four to the tank. A bit funky there then, Ian.
Good reverse sweep.
Yeah.
And you were saying at one of the T20 matches I was at last night that sometimes the batting felt as if it was a bit too orthodox and there wasn't much real thinking outside the box. Well, there, no question, Amanda Jay Wellington was doing just that.
Definitely out of the box there for the Western Storm's Australian signing, who's relishing her time down here at Western Storm as Scrivens decides what she's going to serve next. Wellington goes forward, plays that to long on. They chop through for another single. 84 for 3, approaching the end of the 13th over here at Taunton.
As Claire was saying, there hadn't been a really big over in the first half of the innings. This feels like it might be one with the free hit in there.
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
Two boundaries. I'll recap the wickets that have fallen at the end of the over.
Yep. Scrivens to Lough, who works that into the onside. Fielder herring in from the boundary. Is that really, I don't know. And they just get a single there. So that's the end of 13 overs. Western Storm are 85 for 3.
Yeah, 12 off that over, which is, in the context of what's gone already, is a big call. Wickets that have fallen so far: Emma Corney bowled by Grewcock for 10, Fran Wilson caught by Gardner off Munro for 9, and Nat Wraith caught by Griffith eventually off Munro for 17. Wickets falling at 25, 42 and 43. So these two have more than doubled the score. Well, all but one run. Almost doubled the score. And Grace Scrivens over cost 12. Yes. So now that's meant
that loose ball has cost them dearly.
So Villiers is coming back. I think Grace Scrivens has gone back to one of her more experienced bowlers, and I wonder whether you might see Munro from the other end. We'll see. This is over number 14. Storm in a bit better place than they were earlier. Villiers with an off spin just forces Lough to just nudge a single into the leg side.
You've got that sense that these two are, well, they've got a lot of cricket nous between them. So Captain Fantastic Sophie Lough and Wellington. So what can they put together? There's a feeling of potential of these two really cashing in at this point. 3
out on the leg side for the off spinner, and that is down the leg side, and she's stumped. Good bit of work by Amara Carr. It was very wide actually down the leg side, and batters stumped off a wide. They just don't like that. 85 for 4, and Amanda Jay Wellington will be annoyed to having got to 20 and still with more than 5 overs to go. She has been caught out by Villiers trying to fire one down the leg side. It was probably wider than she would have wanted, but Amara Carr still had enough time to affect the stumping.
I think I could take the blame for that one and just settle in there. So Dancy Oops. The end to Wello. AJ Wellington, the Australian import for Western Storm. Yes, did fall. Well, I was getting very excited about that, Ian, and then we've lost her. But a quick fire, that's the thing. It's a boost, isn't it?
Yeah,
she's smacking the ball around, and the confidence.
It just felt as if there was a bit of impetus coming into the innings, and Alex Griffiths, now at number 6, has got to maintain that. 20 off 16 that was, by the way.
Yeah, so good strike rate.
Villiers in, and Griffiths off the mark straight away with a single up to Scrivens at long off.
Sun shining here at Taunton.
Yeah, crowd continuing to build through the afternoon.
Good smattering all round us.
I think a few would have said, "Oh, do you know, well, I'll do half a day today."
Yeah, we'll go into some cricket.
Villiers in. This time Sophie Love forced it back into her crease and just taking one run up to Jo Gardner at long on.
You mentioned could she open the shoulders, as she will, and I think she's also got that now sort of, well, let's just take a single. If we can't really smack it, let's take a single and move the total on.
Villiers again, that's might have been called a wide outside the off stump, but it was played in the end by Alex Griffiths out for a single. Hannah will be back at the end of the 15th over to describe the conclusion of the innings with Claire. Still deep square, deep mid wicket, and long on out. And Villiers has done well. This is her third over. She's got 1 for 13.
Several changes of mind there, wasn't there? It was like, oh no.
And she's really, as you used the word nous earlier, that's exactly what it is. Just a good cricket brain. Into Luff again, just forcing her, unable to go down the pitch. It's bowled at such a length that she's got to go back into her crease. All right, take the single. Sunrisers are happy with that. 91 for 4 off 14, 6 to go. I think, anything north of 140 here, I think you'd be relatively happy with.
Yeah.
At least it gives you a chance at that level. Hancock's got 2 overs left.
You got that sense that the Luff and the Wellington was the kind of push on, right? Okay.
Yeah, Hancock's got 2 left. Monroe.
So, it's keeping. I think some of the crowd are just having a little doze in the sunshine. So we shall hope to keep him awake with excitement.
I think
the game progresses.
This is Monroe coming back.
You predicted this, didn't you? You said.
Well, I did wonder.
Yeah. Just repositioning the field on the leg side. Sending the field towards Cadbury.
I don't think we'll see Screens again, do you? I think one loose over from the captain.
She's the captain. She can do what she wants.
She can, but I just don't see any need for her to bowl after that.
Monroe from the Luff end into Sophie Luff. He plays that into the offside. There is a gap there, so she's found a pocket. They've got through for a single. I think about a second. Decide against it quite reasonably. Another one to the score. 92 for 4. Luff on 25. Griffiths on 2.
So Sophie has to bat through.
Yeah.
However many she gets, she's got to bat through to the end.
And that's it's that anchor of the innings. She's got 34 not out. Or 31 against the Vipers. Monroe, ponytail swinging. It's played forwards to the long on fielder. They get through for 1. Again, they look at a second, but decide against it.
Got the impression again that Alex Griffiths had to wait for that. She judged it, and that's fine, but she had to wait for it because Monroe.
Look at the party, look, Ian.
Slow ball.
They're having a party up there on the roof, look.
Glasses are out.
Come on, look at the pitch. Look at the game. Or perhaps they're just listening to it and they don't need to watch it. There's Monroe, arms swinging, Luff back, plays it through the off again. There is a bit of a gap there, but there's a fielder also coming around. They're going to do 2. It's a bit of a shy. Woo, just home. Lots of running there for Alex Griffiths. Some ground to make up. Get the feeling that Sophie Luff is very quick across the ground, and they get 2 runs there.
You got into the stage where you kind of, if it's 1.5, you've almost got to gamble.
Push it. Yeah, they've got to do it now.
Push the fielder.
Yeah, approaching the end of the 15th over. So halfway through the 15th, Monroe from the Luff end into Sophie Luff, tapping her bat. Plays it back past the bowler, and Ben Peveril has to dive out of the way there, or at least Olay out of the way, and they get through for a single. It was exciting when it makes the wicketkeeper as well. Everybody's involved in that one.
Safe shot though to go as straight as she did.
Yeah, there's often value for that, isn't there? And it's not just the places like Sapphire Gardens, which is very short boundaries behind the wickets. Often there's several ones there, isn't there? If you can get that straight drive off. So Monroe comes into Griffiths this time. Plays up again, straight. You mentioned straight, and Grace Griffiths has a little dive, but it was, I think, always dropping in front of her. They get through for a single. was interested for a bit, but I think it was always going to be dropping in front of her. I'm going to see the replay in a moment.
So 100 with 5 overs to go. You're still scoring at more than a run a ball.
Yeah, it's still half on it, actually. Yes, that's right. 97 for 4 as Munro comes in. Last ball, the 15th. Played into the offside through the point ridge, and there is a fielder doing a sweepy there. She's going to get to it. Ooh, yes, managed to get a body round that. Stop that. I think about second.
Flo Miller's been on the boundary a lot during this innings, and that was a long chase.
It was a long chase.
It beat the infielder, who was Eva Gray, on the edge of the circle. Miller made a long run, probably 30 metres round the boundary, pulled off the stop. 15 overs gone. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to welcome Hannah. Will be back in.
It's been lovely.
Thank you. And she and Claire will describe the finish. 99 for 4. 5 overs to go.
An ice cream for 4. One more run. So what shot are we going to get? The 3 runs come up with. It's going to be Griffiths to face and Eva Gray to bowl this one. She's just swatting her. Sleeping watching. You can't be sleeping watching, Hannah, can you? Got to be awake when the women's cricket's on.
Oh, don't you worry, because I popped downstairs.
Yeah.
And in some of the boxes I had, look at that 6.
Oh yeah, they're enjoying it down there in the corporate boxes.
Yeah.
Excellent, in hostility. Gray into Griffiths. Oh, swipes that. Ooh, it's gone straight through. Oh, she's clean bowled. That's out. Oh, goodness, that was the first ball, Hanny. What? You came back in, the first baller. And that's Griffiths clean bowled by Eva Gray, and Storm is still just tethering on that 99 for 5. I'm going to see the replay now. Let's have a little look. Oh, great movement there, and completely foxed. Stumps and bails flying in all directions, and Ben Pivotal has to put all those back together.
Completely wafted that.
Yes.
Over. Slipped straight underneath.
The death rattle of the stumps. So Western Storm find themselves a 99 for 5. Oh, now we've got Izzy Wong out to bat. Now, it's always exciting because I've seen her bat quite a lot for Central Sparks. And if I was Sunrisers, I would have a cow corner cordon, because she does like to give the ball a good biff to the leg side. So we'll see what she's got in store, and she could potentially here hit the 100 runs up here. She's a showwoman, so I think she might be tempted for a big shot here. We'll see whether she's patient or aggressive here, as Western Storm sit on the edge of 100 runs. 99 for 5. Eva Gray from the Trescothic end plays that into the offside. Nice shot down across the carpet. There is a fielder there. They're going to get through for 2. Good start for Izzy Wong, because people will think of her as a bowler, but actually she's been used at Central Sparks up the order and especially in the shorter format, to get some quick runs. So no stranger to a bat is Izzy Wong. Oh, they're all enjoying it. Look, give us a wave. As Eva Gray rounds her mark into Wong, comes forward but can only play that to Cordelia Griffiths, and there is no run. 101 for 5. We missed it, Anna. So that's 100 up for Western Storm. They were put into bat when Sunrisers won the toss earlier, and you're listening to the voices of Claire Jenkins and Hannah Thompson-Radford, both former Somerset players, and you'll also hear the voice of Ian Randall, who's the Gloucestershire live stream commentator, as Gray comes in, heels flying. It's played forward, straight to Grace Scrivens, and they think about a run, but then think better of it. 101 for 5.
I thought you were going to say both with colds.
Yes, have you got a cold?
Both under weather.
Yes. But we're struggling on, though. We're
surviving, not thriving.
Yes. We're loving it here. This is our happy place, isn't it?
It certainly is. This is home to me.
This is, so great. Into Wong. Plays it into leg side. Not necessarily convinced that that's where she meant, but it's gone backwards of square for 4. Wong gets a 4, and they tap bats in the middle. Wong moves on to 6 and Luff on 30. Luff is sort of accumulating, isn't she, quietly? Score moves to 105 for 5. Charlotte Edwards Cup, so this is the T20 competition between the 8 English Regional Centres of Excellence, which will be Tier 1 counties next season. So this will be Somerset versus Essex in their new guises next year as Gray waits for Izzy Wong to be ready at the crease. Plays that lustily through the wicket there, straight to the fielder, and there's just one run on offer for that one.
And she's done that
6 for 5, and that's the end of the over.
She's done that superbly to get the strike, because she's certainly the more explosive. But she's certainly the more explosive batter than Luff. Yes, Luff is excellent. She can hold an innings. She can play 360, but she can be a little bit slow to get started. And what we need from Luff is that stability, whilst Wong just comes in and absolutely tongs it about.
That's it. They're playing different roles here, aren't they?
So that was really good cricket smarts from her.
And Western Storm 106 for 5. That's 16 overs gone. So 4 overs. What do you reckon? Could that total be? What did we say? What did we say? My formula was 130.
I say if they can get to 140, that'll certainly be a lot more competitive, as we were discussing before. 140 seems to be the target that everybody's really getting at.
Give us a wave from the crowd.
I think that was a Maracast ad on the screen as Hancock comes in, pace. That's absolutely right, but there is a fielder out in the deep who takes it neatly. That will be the end of 147. Hancock with the breakthrough.
Yes. Well, we said that one was to, the role was to be the aggressor, Luff was to hold an end, and that was exciting but short, as that's taken in the deep there. And that's one out for 7. Off the bowling of, who was that? Hancock. Joe Gardner taking a catch in the deep there. She's a long way from us, isn't she? Right in the opposite end of the ground there.
She certainly is. But who else would it be?
Joe Gardner.
In this innings, she's been superb in the field. Absolutely. Saw some fireworks in one.
Because against the Vipers, she caught Georgia Ellis, which would have been, a key wicket for them in that game against the Vipers.
Sophia Smell, the new batter, coming into the mix. Always difficult coming into this kind of phase of the game, isn't it?
Yes, it's not quite completely bish bash, but it's getting there, isn't it? Nearly there.
Yes, got to make the most of the opportunity. Hancock to Smell, gets it away for a single. Joe Gardner doing the fielding, running in from the edge of the boundary to the inner ring. A lot of distance covered there.
She's getting the miles, she's getting the steps in. Strength and conditioning said get some steps in. All right then.
Certainly important these days with GPS that they all wear. If they don't do their
they make them do it afterwards, don't they? If they don't get their steps in.
Yeah, they've got to do their sprints afterwards. So get them in whilst you can. Luff on strike. Hancock steams in to Luff. A slower delivery. It's whacked away. Should just be the one, but they're going to come back for 2.
Yeah, worth a risk.
In the end.
There might be they're going to burgle another one. Oh, Sophie Luff was a bit. Might have missed one there.
Unlike Luff to switch off there.
Usually she obviously just thought, ooh, and then Hancock takes a wild shot at the stumps, and there was nearly a chance to burgle another run there. Oh, I guess that wild throw. Woohoo!
It's very unlikely for a bowler to have a ball in the hand and to smash it down at the stumps that close for it to spray away. But
is she kind of steaming? Is she? She's got some wickets, hasn't she?
Yes, she certainly has.
Yeah. That's a handy little nerd onto the next side.
Certainly, as we come back for 2, it's going to be easy when the firing arm comes in.
I wonder if Hancock is one of those kind of Catherine Siever-Brunt, White Line Fever players or not. It's hard to tell. I've not seen her play enough, but it certainly looked like there was a bit of extra something on that. Throw at the stumps to attempt the run out.
I guess there was a clear potential opportunity, I think it's just that elite mindset of there's an opportunity here, but then also being aware that actually there was no fielder backing up there. So.
Yeah, but Joey Gardner is out there, so I suppose there is a.
So it's more with batters as Luff on strike again. Flicks it, legs side, comes back, pull away, teasing your fielder. It does just race away to the boundary for well-made runs.
Are we off Nelson, right? Are we still on Nelson?
1-5 for 6. Luff on 38. Entirely innings. He really is capture that we're looking for.
Yeah, Ian talked about needing to back through now, which is often what Captain Fantastic Safe Enough has to do, which is the glue, as you say, that binds the innings.
Hancock to Luff once again. Waits late, plays it out. Will just be 1 run.
We seem to be leaving that gap there for Sophie Love. I don't know if it's a tactic or whether it's just Sophie Love's just decided, well, okay, we're going to leave me that pocket and take a single.
Yeah, we mentioned previously in terms of Wong being here, being the aggressor, but now Luff has to be the aggressive to Smell, so she has to kind of adapt her role slightly here. End of the over, Storm 116-4-6. You can have a look on the scorecard there as well. The bowlers, pick of the bowlers so far. Munro with her 2 wickets for 19 runs.
We've got the tidiest runs per over.
4.5.
Well spread, aren't they? We've got one each and then one that wasn't. It's great to see everybody. Put your sun cream on, have a drink, keep yourself fluided. Keep yourself hydrated. There's a shift in the field here, so they're bringing in the deep cover point field, and I think they're taking out long off. As Villiers comes in, that's worked into the leg side past Ben Peveril at square leg, and they get a single in. She turns to have a look at a second, but decides against it, so just the 1 to the total. 117 for 6. Luff on 40. Do you think she might be heading toward it? No? Well, best not say. Don't say it. Don't say it like that. Imagine I didn't say it. As Villiers tosses the ball hand to hand. Slight rejig for the field for Smell. They've brought in a short mid-wicket, and Scrivens reversing in front of us. And that's played into the offside between the field. We're going to have a chase on her. Cordina Griffiths has got very long legs, and she's managed to hold that in. Just the 2 there then for Smale. She moves on to 3. And the score moves on to 119 for 6. Western Storm are put into bat after the toss. And Villiers to Smale again. Goes back, plays it to mid-on, and there is a single in for there. Someone onto the total, 20 for 6. As we get to the middle of the 18th over, here in the sunshine at Taunton in the Charlotte Edwards Cup, which is the T20 competition between the 8 English regional centres of excellence. Western Storm batting. Love plays that again to Monroe. They get through for a single. 21 for 6 at Western Storm.
And Luff will be one of the more well-known players within this region. She's seen as, I think, her nickname was kind of like the Queen of the West and things like that. But for the Somerset fans who are here,
that's played again to mid-on as a single.
For Somerset fans who are here, they should be relatively familiar with Luff, and even more so going forwards with the Tier 1 team.
As you say, she's a familiar figure. She's done a lot of coaching in the region. She was Coach of the Year a couple of years back. She has I said to Ed, there's a mural. There's a huge photograph of her the one side of the ground, which is great. Oh, talking about that, she's hit the ball towards the mural. There's a field there. Oh, it's a catch. And I think there was a trap there set by Villiers, and Sophie Luff is caught at deep mid-wicket by Flo Miller, is it? Joe Gardner again? It can't be Joe Gardner. She can't possibly be that side as well, can she? Is it Joe Gardner? It's a good catch. She had to cover a bit of ground. So that's another wicket down for Western Storm. Sorry, I know that. That's not Joe Gardner. I think it was. Anyway. So Western Storm find themselves 122
Coming back for Western Storm, number 20, Chloe Skelton.
41. So, see, I should have mentioned the 50, should I?
But we were building it up then, and telling you how
Yeah, I was going to really build it up, and then she hits the ball towards that huge photograph of herself, and then she gets caught.
1-2-2 for 7.
1-2-2 for 7.
The right to hesitate and just wait for that scoreboard
just thinking of waiting for yeah, because in the old days it used to clack over.
Turning and the blue red, number 10, Ray.
We've gained close Skelton.
It certainly is.
Into bat.
Facing her first delivery. Is it back towards the bowler? Dot's ball. Eva Gray. With the ball in hand.
She's bowling from both ends all day, I think.
She certainly has.
So it was caught Flo Miller off the bowling of Villiers for 41. She faced 34 balls. Thank you, Ian. Lovely.
Gray comes into discussion again.
Ooh.
And she's gone up, and it looks like it's a caught behind. We'll see it on the replay.
Well, the stumps are still in one piece, so it must be a caught behind, but she's
Trying to take a look.
she's going straight off.
Let's see it on the replay, because it happened so quickly.
Yeah, it was so quick, and they've got
Here
the back
we
to
go.
us as well.
Gray comes in on a sliver off the edge.
Oh.
A brilliant take from Amara Carr.
Yes. Yeah, no hesitation. The batter knew she was gone. Unfortunately. So 8 wickets down for Western Storm. 22 on the total.
So unfortunately, Chloe Skelton has to depart without scoring.
The incoming batter for Western Storm, number 24, Lauren Tyler.
Dame Holly Rhodes and Cecilia Szymanski. They used to be next to us, but they obviously thought we were too naughty, so they've sent them over the far side into some darkened box, and we can't even see if they're waving at us. But yes, we should mention the scorers.
Yep. Lauren Filer returning from England duties, back into the Storm
Pace
side.
attack. Yeah.
And she can certainly absolutely smack a ball. So.
Oh my, I saw her playing for England, and you realise I was stood at the right angle to actually see the speed, and you just think, oh, I'm glad I haven't got to face that.
Facing her first delivery, hits it back towards the bowler, over the head, it goes to the fielder, shy up with some, she might be gone, but they hold on to it.
Yes, great to see Lauren Filer, and she really is a product of the regions, isn't she, in terms of, when I started doing the commentary 5 years ago, I saw her, but there was something about her and Anya Shrubsole pinning Central Sparks in that first season, and I couldn't tell you what it was, but now, with the benefit of hindsight, it was obviously that there was a spark there, and she's really done well and got into the England side.
Smell on strike. Flicks it down the leg side, goes backwards, the ball's racing away, but a fielder will come and tidy it up. They'll come back for 2. So yeah, just ignore slightly on the scorecard, on the scoreboard it says Skelton, but it's definitely Smell, it's definitely Sophia Smell. She's got her number 16 on the back of her shirt. Ray Dickles, bat in hand.
Other bats are available.
Of course, as the bowler decides, but she wasn't quite there. Oh, that poor gentleman.
I know, he's
missing
not,
the
still,
excitement.
Come on, watch the women's game. You paid for 2. Come on, stay away.
You don't know what's going on in his life, though.
No, you don't know. Bless him.
That's great. Comes in. Flicks over the top. 1 run will be taken.
I just hope he's got some sunscreen on, because he's
not
having
got
a
a
good
hat on.
doze. No, and he hasn't got a hat on either. I'm worried about him. Oh dear.
Gray. It's gone up. Aerial. Joe Gardner's there, but will she make it? No, 1 bounce to the fielder.
She must be like, oh, that's a catch that she didn't take.
She made some good ground to cover it.
Yeah, she did.
In the end.
It's like, even I can't get to that, I think.
In the end, they didn't quite make it. So, end of the over. Western Storm 127 for 8. Skelton is not batting, but I was reading the scoreboard, so that was my fault. Smale on 3, Filer on 2.
What do you reckon? 6 balls. So what could they get off these last 6 balls? So I've got Sophie Munro, who's been doing well here. What do you reckon?
I think your score could be in play quite nice.
Jenkins for 127 for 8.
There's Munro is just checking she's got the field that she needs. She comes steaming in. Oh, no, she hasn't. She's changing her bowling mark. She's just adjusting her bowling mark. There's all sorts of little green marks on the ground here. Munro comes into Filer. Big swing. Doesn't get... Was it swing and no ding? I think that's what Ed said. Straight through, and there is no run.
She's got 3 overs so far, 19 runs, 2 wickets.
What can Sophie Munro? Can she get another wicket? Can Filer put some runs on the board? Big swing. Oh, another miss. And Skelton's trying to get to the... Did we decide it was Smale, didn't we?
It definitely is Smale out there.
Smale was interested in having a run.
Unless they swapped shirts.
Unless they swap shirts, we think it's Smale.
And swap numbers or something.
Yeah.
But definitely, it very much looks like Sophia Smale as well.
Yeah, Munro in from the Trescothic end to Filer. Comes forward, smacks that past the bowler, straight to Grace Scrivens, and they get through for a single. And the other thing is, are we going to see what I'd like to become known as the chicken run? So at the end of the England game, until Hannah's look, you want to see Hannah's face. The last ball, we just run till somebody's out. So Charlie Dean and Lauren Filer did it at the end of the England game, and I don't know why they don't do it more often, because it might be a key run as Munro comes in too. Oh, it's a big swing. He's got up in the air. He's going to get caught. Cornelia Griffiths. Oh, it goes through her hands. Oh, it's a chance. They're going to keep running. That was a chance there. I mean, Sophie Munro's bowled really well. She's obviously a good import for Sunrisers. I think she's smiling. We're a long way away. It was it was going to go a long way, but then it went high rather than long. It goes through Cordelia Griffiths' hands, unfortunately. She was backpedaling at that point, so it would have been a spectacular catch as Filer plays that straight down the ground. Down the ground. They're getting through for 2. Ooh. I think we might have a chicken run here situation. What do you reckon? Are you still trying to take in this chicken run thing? 132 for 8, Western Storm.
Just the image in my head of chickens running at the end of a match is just not, the arms fluttering. Yeah, it's just not the kind of image I want in my head right now.
Wallace and Gromit is from Bristol, isn't it? So it's part of the region.
Yeah.
Munro comes into Smale. It's up in the air. I think it's going to go into a gap. It's going to plug at the 25-yard mark. They're running. It's going to the far end. There's a chance, but Ben Peverill's arm stays down. It was a chicken run, and Western Storm finish on 134 for 8. Western Storm. They were put into bat by Sunrisers, who won the toss. Smale finishes on 9, Filer on 3, and here with the score. So we've got Wraith got 17, Corney got 10, Wilson got 9, Wellington 20, Luff 41, Griffiths 4, Wong 7, Smale 5, Skelton 9, and Filer 3. So everyone's made a contribution apart from, I think, 1. Oh, and Anderson didn't bat, of course. So
and we've got the score.
Yes.
Skelton,
Yes.
Skelton is Mounting is what, but apart from that.
Yeah. We weren't far off there. And the bowling card. So we've got 2 wickets each for Villiers, Gray, and Munro, and then 1 wicket for Nick Hancock and Jodie Bucock. And Scrivens was a bit of an expensive over, unfortunately. She went for 12 that over, and then thought better of it and didn't bowl again. So we're going to have a short break here at the Taunton County Ground. So Western Storm have got 135 for 8, set 136 for Sunrisers in the second innings here at the sunshine of Taunton County Ground. It's a double header, of course, so you'll be wanting to watch the second game on Sky. We're just going to have a little break here, and we'll speak to you in the second half.
Somerset Visually Impaired Cricket Club. This is our story. In 2010, the first game of visually impaired cricket was played at the Cooper Associates County Ground. In 2024, the VI team has over 16 members and the current men's and women's England captains playing for them. England women's captain Catherine Jelfs-White was one of the founding members.
The organisation that runs a domestic VI game, blind cricketing in Wales, wanted to spread the game a bit further, more areas of the country. So they brought a few players and coaches down to Taunton. That was 2010. We all loved it immediately, so we decided we'd set up a committee, and with the help of the Somerset board, we got ourselves going, formed properly, entered the Development League the year after. We won that a few times and were promoted to the National League. Sadly, we didn't manage to win that one yet. We've got several runners-up gongs for that and the 30 Over Cup, but we have won the 2020 Cup 3 times. So.
In the UK, more than 2 million people are living with sight loss. Of these, 340,000 are registered blind or partially sighted. Living with a visual impairment impacts everyone differently.
Day to day, it's hard, especially with lighting for me. So I have really bad days with my eyes, and I had to have a lot of operations and stuff, and it does affect my mental health as well, because I can't see as much as other people, so I feel more insecure. But I keep it to myself and stuff, which impacts me. And then when I can't see anything, I just feel like I'm always in the wrong.
Every day, 250 people start to lose their sight in the UK. This is equivalent to one person every 6 minutes. 1 in 5 people will live with sight loss in their lifetime. This means that cricket must adapt to suit those with a visual impairment.
I guess the main difference in VI cricket, there's a couple of differences, but the main difference is the ball. The ball is sort of the size 3 football, and it's got ball bearings in it, so it rattles when it bounces, it makes a bit of noise. So you have to have a certain number of people in the team who are totally blind, so they have totals. Essentially you have a spread of people along the spectrum of the sight, kind of sight classifications. Another difference is that if you're totally blind, you get double runs on your bat. The only other one to really consider is that when the bowler is about to start bowling, they ask the batsman if they're ready, because obviously they won't be able to see if the batsman's ready. But it also is a cue for all the fielders to go, right, okay, the ball's going to be in play.
These adaptations allow for VI cricket to be as inclusive as possible. Everyone can get involved, no matter what type of visual impairment they have. Like any sports people, visually impaired cricketers are trying to grow the game.
It just needs exposure, I think, really. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's widely known, compared to obviously other sports. Obviously everyone knows about like the VI footballs and obviously the Paralympics and stuff like that. For us as a club, we just, I mean, the things we need is just support from families, friends, volunteers. We rely heavily on volunteers. I mean, if anyone is a retired scorer or something and wants to maybe get involved in doing more scoring games for VI cricket and not red ball cricket, then that would be great. We would greatly appreciate that.
Somerset VICC means more to its players than simply training or trophies.
It wasn't just about the actual playing the sport. There's the actual social side of it as well. So you might not be a cricket or anything of that at all, but you could just join as a social thing.
I've met so many people, meeting other people with different eyesight conditions, learning about different vision impaired people's eyesight and how vision impaired sports has helped them and stuff, and getting involved. It's just amazing. I don't know how to put it. None of us stick out. So I love it. I actually love it.
Ball of the final for 2023. Dropped! Oh, could have been cracking start. It's Dan Lawrence as well who's put it down above his head. Drive straight past mid-on. Down to the boundary for 4. First one of the final. Through the offside, that has been timed. Superb. Scoop. Over the top all the way. Excellent from Tom Banks. First ball of the final for 2023.
We are Somerset Visually Impaired Cricket Club.
Please welcome back our match
This
umpires,
is our story.
Emerald and Gabby Brown.
We are Somerset Visually...
Oh, could have been a cracking start. It's Dan Lawrence as well who's put it down above his head. Drive straight past mid-off. And down to the boundary for 4, first one of the final. Through the offside, that has been timed superb. 2 from the over. Oh, scoop. Over the top all the way. Excellence from Tom Banks. Got in. Little inside edge, back onto off stump. Schneitermeister in action again.
Really try to hit this one extremely hard. Little inside edge onto leg stump.
That is timed beautifully. I don't think Daniel Sands will catch that, and he will not. Fine, and fine enough for 4. Swung away. Hollies are calling.
Catch it.
Shatter catch, easily taken. Might have caught a little bit of glove. It's Robin Das who's there. Great feeling collected and snakes.
On Facebook or on YouTube, whichever one it is. Welcome to Taunton. You're here for the important bit, which is the chase for the Sunrisers. They've got to get 135 to win. Hannah Thompson-Ruffin is alongside me. Ian Randall. We'll also hear from Claire Jenkins a bit later as we take you through the Sunrisers' chase of this target, which is, as near as makes no odds, 7 and over. Felt a little bit light as a total for the Storm, but they've got to make it enough, and Lauren Filer will hopefully help them to do that. The thing with Sunrise, of course, they now know what they need to do. A bit different than Storm are batting. Grace Scrivens will open. She's now side Joe Gardner up top of the order for the Sunrisers. The thing, Hannah, is that Storm need an early wicket or 2, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. Both of these batters can be very explosive, and Joe Gardner being pushed up from that middle kind of position previously. So for Storm, they need to get those early breakthroughs, and we'll see Filer with her first delivery of the match. It gets tonked backwards, but it should just be a single. So but it's slightly looser going down to try to get back on that line.
Good to see her back from... I say good to see her back for England duty. You know what I mean by that? When an England player returns to play for their regional team, you also think, right, that will strengthen the side, that will improve it.
It certainly will do. She comes in. So much pace on that delivery. She's such a fiery, exciting bowler. She played in that Test match last year, and apparently, according to her sister, who was in the crowd, obviously, each time she kind of took a step into her stride, you could just feel the crowd getting behind her, and they were doing the ooh and the clapping and the building up that atmosphere. So certainly a fan favourite, as well as a very talented cricketer, of course. Comes in for her third delivery of the first over. Ball's hit very straight back at the bowler, fielded as well to get round. Keeps it down to a single.
Yeah, these two have given the Sunrisers quite a good platform in this tournament. I was looking back at some of the previous season's records, and the Sunrisers look to be a franchise, if you want to call them that, that started quite slowly but have improved a lot.
They certainly have. A lovely delivery from Filer to the left-handed Scrivens. I thought she was going to get something on that then, and I thought it was going to drift straight into the hands of Rafe.
Still got the one slip in at the moment.
But yeah, no, you're right. The Sunrisers have been a real kind of success story. We didn't really kind of get many points on the board in the first couple editions of any of the competitions, but this year in particular, and the back end of last year, they've been absolutely superb. Filer is hit airily. Will it make the fielder? It does. It's a beautiful catch. That will be the end of Scrivens. He has to depart 4-1.
Looked like Sophia Smale to me with the catch. Let's have a look at it on the replay. That bouncing approach from Lauren Filer, and a huge celebration from the fielder at Minoff. It's a big wicket.
Huge wicket. Departure of Scrivens early doors is definitely a success for Western Storm. That's the one they want. They know how destructive Scrivens can be.
And Sophia Smale credited with the catch. So at the end of the first half of this match, finished not out, but Storm are 8 down at the end. Sophie Luff with 41 being the sort of the linchpin of the middle part of the innings. And now that's brought Cordelia Griffith into bat at number 3.
Absolutely loved as well. Sophia Smale celebrating directly at the fans. That fist bump as well. Very well put in there to hold into that. Make a bit of movement to Filer with 1 wicket already. 2 for 1 the Sunrisers. Should be the last ball of her first over. Griffith on strike. Sees it out, top ball, a brilliant start for Western Storm. Lauren Filer, 2 for 1, Sunrisers, 2 for 1.
That's a good start, how she is used, how her overs are split up by Sophie Luff will be a key element in the Storm's attempt to win this match. You look at their results so far. One game which had no result against the South East Stars away, but 2 quite narrow home defeats, and of course that defeat to the Vipers earlier in the week. So here's Izzy Wong, on loan of course, but who broke, if I can call it that, onto the scene very much as a teenager. She's what, I think 22, 23 now, so there's packed a lot of experience in, and she comes in and bowls, and that's pushed down the ground by Gardner for a single. They attempted to throw at the bowler's end, misses.
Smale could have been in on the action, yes, again. If that was a direct hit, certainly would be 2 down.
Yeah, Gardner is, if you look on the replay, she's well short. She's dropped her bat. Yeah, if that hits, I think the dropping of the bat was unintentional, but that hits, she's running onto the pavilion. So Cordelia Griffith to take strike for the first time. Obviously played both for the Diamonds and for Surrey Stars in the UK. And on to bowl for to her for the first time. It goes away off the seam. Outside the off stump, not given as a wide by Gabby Brown.
Yeah, it moved very late, didn't it? It stayed within those 2 blue lines and just moved towards the end. Would you say that this opening bowling partnership for Storm is probably the fastest bowlers in the circuit at the minute?
That's a great question.
Because I think we possibly could be witnessing the 2 fastest in the domestics.
Wong in, oh, that's a full toss. That's hit over the fielder at ordinary mid on, not the really backfires long on. It's gone all the way for 4. That was quite loose, perhaps going for the Yorker, and picked by Griffith to pull it over the head of Smale on the full. 3 bounces into the rope.
exactly. I think this could be the fastest.
And the thing to bear in mind is, of course, that one is not playing for their parent team, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Wong just inside the blue markers that indicate where the wides are when she runs in and fields that off her own bowling. Good cricket from the Sunrisers earlier in the day. Only bowled 4 wides. That was a good tally, and one of those inadvertently brought a wicket with a stumping. But 1-3-4 is what they have to defend. Wong running away from us from the Marcus Trescothick Pavilion. That's into the ground. And no run, but a smart bit of work from Fran Wilson coming in from point. So the fielders out for Izzy Wong are deep on defence at third man and a deep backward square. Other than that, it's a split field. 4 on the offside. Wong in again and played from the crease by Cordelia Griffith out to Alex Griffiths, and Wong completes her first over. It cost 5 in the end. That one boundary rather ruined it. The rest of it was pretty accurate, and Sunrisers are 7 for 1, chasing 135 in 20 overs, and this is Hannah Thompson-Ludford.
Yeah, a good start from Western Storm. It's going to be a change of bowling. Another seam option chosen. Looks like it will be for on loan Ellie Anderson. Bowled well for the Storm so far. So again, we mentioned it previously, they like to vary up their bowling options, keeping the batters on their toes.
Only Hancock bowled 2 overs in the power play earlier in the day, so there were 5 bowlers used by the Sunrisers.
Anderson to Gardner. Gets it straight to the field.
And it is that thing of not letting the batter settle against a particular bowler, isn't it?
Yeah, just there's not enough time, is there? 20 overs, it's very short, it's very sweet. There's not enough time for a batter to stay settled, and the bowler's job there is to, have a really good over, come back on, make the impact, rather than getting into a rhythm as such. As Anderson steams in, ball's flicked down the leg side. They're looking to come back for 2. Throw is good, but it's not going to be good enough. It actually hits the batter in the end. They're going to come and have a look for a concussion check, just because it ended up hitting Cordelia Griffith on the bounce. So they'll just come and check, make sure she's all right.
The phrase that coaches often use is that you want to change the picture for the batsman, and that's fine, except that if a bowler is only bowling 1 over and then getting taken off, they are not settling into much of a rhythm themselves. So you have to balance that, and I think increasingly bowlers are getting used to that concept of maybe only bowling 6 balls in any one particular block. And there's going to be a concussion check here. It was one of those innocuous ones, really, the ball just skidding off the surface, and it will probably mean a change of head guard for Cordelia Griffith. That's what normally happens in this situation. No chances to be taken. And there'll be a chance for the water to be brought out for the Storm fielders, and maybe even, if not an actual instruction, maybe a few words of encouragement from the dugout as well. If you weren't with us earlier, why weren't you with us earlier? 134 for 8 was the Storm score. They were put in. Wickets were shared amongst the Sunrisers bowlers. Sophie Luff top scored with 41 from 34 balls. Amanda J. Wellington made 20. She was pushed up the order, batted at number 4 today before she was stumped off a wide, 20 off 15. And Sophia Smale not out at the end.
Yep, so play resumes with Anderson ball in hand. Storm are looking interested in that one. Bowler didn't appeal though, but everyone else seemed to. But nonetheless, Joe Gardner.
My hunch was it was going down the leg side.
We'll see on the replay.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. It was certainly going down on the leg side. That's why Ellie Anderson didn't go up herself.
Slip's gone already, you notice.
Gardner facing. Swings it through. It's going to go straight to and it's taken. Western Storm had their second wicket of the innings. Joe Gardner has to depart on for Ellie Anderson, the bowler. And we'll confirm the catch shortly. We'll see on the replay.
I think it might have been Alex Griffiths there.
It's Sophia Smell again.
It might be Smale again, you know.
Sophia Smell with 2 catches. Confirmed. It looks that way. Everyone's tapping her on the back, and yeah, she's celebrating. She's certainly getting her name written in the book. Great piece of fielding, great piece of bowling. Western Storm, a brilliant start, pinning the Sunrisers 9 for 2.
And both the openers gone. There's Smelt with the second celebration in similar style, having taken both the 2 catches to dismiss the 2 openers, but they've been, in a sense, the foundation of the Sunrisers' wins so far in the tournament, and to have them both back in the pavilion inside the first 3 overs. Great start for the Storm.
2 more illegal deliveries from them. Honestly, McLeod comes in. She was formerly in Western Storm back in the KSL days, so she has got a connection to the region, has played on, well, of course she's played on this ground many a times, but has played on this pitch wearing the green. Facing her first delivery from Anderson. Should be signalled a wide, so there will be still 2 legal deliveries to come. So fan favourite Lucy McLeod. Been on the scene for quite some time. Part of that generation who could have easily dropped out of the game. Stuck at it. And here she is facing her first legal delivery against good piece of work there.
It's a good start from Emma Corney there. That was travelling and could easily have gone under her dive, but she made sure she was very, very close to the ground. Didn't find a gap, didn't allow a gap at all.
Absolutely superb, you can see on the replay.
That would have saved 4 runs.
All of those stops definitely count, don't they? So Anderson comes in. Brilliant way to finish up her over. No run taken. Sunrisers 10 for 2. Griffith on 4. McLeod yet to score.
Only 3 off that over and a wicket. So really good start. And just about Lizzie McLeod as well. And I be careful how I say this. Because she's a little bit older than some of the others, with this restructuring of the game, she may have a different decision to make in terms of what she does going forward.
Yeah, I feel like that's very valid. You can see on the worm as well. Sunrise is just below Western Storm, but I think that is very valid. Professionalism sounds great, but it's not necessarily for everyone with their kind of life circumstances either, especially those who kind of built careers that may be more potentially stable as well, and may have a bit more remuneration as well.
Amanda J. Wellington into the attack for the first time. Bowling her leg spin from the Marcus Truscothick Pavilion end, and Cordina Griffith just calmly picks up a single down to Fran Wilson at mid-on. So for Wellington, we're still in the power play, remember. So she's got a deep square and a deep cover on the boundary. McLeod waits and plays a paddle sweep that goes right behind the umpire at square leg and will go all the way away for 4. That's a clever shot. She waited for that slightly extra flight from Amanda J. Wellington and then played that with a big stride of the front leg all the way along the floor. It's a safe shot. Wellington will try again. It's a little bit straighter, and they couldn't play that into the gap on the leg side. It's where McLeod wanted to put it, couldn't do so. Wellington got a short approach. Again, there's a little bit of drift in the air there, and she's got that away too. It needs to be a good stop on the fence, and is. And the throw will keep them down to a single. Sophie Luff has put
Izzy Wong
out there.
She loves that boundary rider role.
Right in front of the dugouts. And plenty of flight from Amanda Jane Wellington, drifting down the leg side, and they've just about come through for a leg bye. Cordelia Griffith does not look the most reliable runner on the evidence of the last 10 minutes. She's been skating through to complete some of these singles.
It's just getting absolutely bullied by the field. There's another direct hit at her.
Wellington again. Nicely played from McLeod. Straight down the ground. 2 bounces, 4. That's a good clean shot. Plenty of air from Amanda Jade Wellington, but McLeod picking the length and going straight down the ground because the 2 deep fielders are both square, mid on and mid off or up. And she saw that as a chance to attack Wellington towards the pavilion. 21 for 2 off 4. The target is 135 at this stage. 26 for 1 the Storm, so not a lot in it.
Returner Filer once again, so bringing on relatively soon after her first opening. 6 deliveries. Finishing off this power play. Griffith on strike. Very well bowled. Very straight, coming at her legs at pace. Griffith struggled to get away. We'll see it on there. See it on the replay.
There's no energy wasted in her run-up, is it? It's kind of, it's a little bit like Mark Wood. It's quite short and explosive, her approach to the wicket.
Certainly explosive as she comes in, and Griffith manages to sneak back behind. Cuts it away for 1.
Just using the bounce. It was a clever shot.
A very clever shot.
There's a second look at Lauren Filer's approach. There's that brief walk, and then it's probably about 7 strides. A lot of the pace coming through the shoulders.
McLeod on strike, and it's gone up in the air. There will be 2 fielders there. Will they communicate? Neatly. Lauren Filer has 2nd wicket of the day. The explosive missing at McLeod moves to the par, and it's Alex Griffiths with the catch. McLeod goes for 9, and Sunrisers 22 for 3. We'll see it on the replay now.
This is the best way to check the run rate. I think somebody called there. After what happened earlier on today, they certainly learned that if there's 2 of us going for the same ball in the air, somebody shout. And Alex Griffiths didn't have to move. It was her catch logically. And this is the way to check the Sunrisers' run rate. Get the wickets column up. Yes, I know the Storm were 44 for 3, but this is 22 for 3 in the power play, and suddenly that 134 looks to have better value about it now.
It absolutely does, and we mentioned earlier that stat about if you're 3 down in the power play, it means you're unlikely to go on to win a match. Apparently that's the thing, with stats to suggest that, so Western Storm will be feeling in pole position at this point. And Lauren Filer, 2 wickets with 3 runs. Maddie Villiers has come in. She's got England experience, of course. Run rate required is 7.29. Current run rate is 4.89. Target of 135. Filer still got several deliveries within this over. 3 balls to come, legal, of course. As Maddie Villiers on strike, it's bounced up, and she absolutely slaps that away for 4 runs.
It's a good shot. First ball she faced is certainly adjusted to the length really quickly. Picked the fact that Filer had dropped it short. And again, because you've only got 2 fielders out, she saw there was no cover on the leg side, felt it was a safe shot to play.
Filer looks to respond. Much fuller on that occasion. Dot ball. I still wouldn't complain about her figures, mind. 7 runs, 2 wickets. So another delivery to come.
Villiers' highest score for the Sunrisers in any format is 70, so you know she's a more than handy bat.
This time, Villiers finds the fielder, Sophie Luff, using her body to stop that. And that brings the end of the over. Sunrisers 26 for 3. Griffith on 6, Villiers on 4, and I'm going to make way for
Hannah will be back for the finish of this Charlotte Edwards Cup match here at Taunton, part of a double header. Somerset play Essex at 6:30 tonight. You can watch that game, of course, on the Somerset stream. That's where we have the coverage this afternoon. Claire's back. You're going to take this over from Izzy Wong at this end. It's set up nicely now, isn't it?
It is set up nicely, and it's interesting now that Western Storm find themselves with the Central Sparks bowling attack, with Wong coming in and Ellie Anderson doing a bit of bowling the other end. And that's, oh, it's on the pads. There's a big appeal. Gabby Brown says no, going down the leg side. So she doesn't say. We don't know what she's doing, but Ian's gesturing down the leg side.
Right.
It was exciting. No run there. 26 for 3.
You judge for yourself. Here's the replay.
The replay. Oh, yeah.
I think you could understand why she asked about that, because it just looked as if it might be straightening a bit, but the initial trajectory was to say it was going down the leg side.
Wong to Griffiths this time. Place of that forward through mid-on. It's going towards the mid-wicket boundary. It's going to be 4 runs to Cordelia Griffiths, who moves on to 10. Score is 30 for 3.
Can't in the power play. You can't plug all the gaps, can you?
No, you can't. But it's sometimes I was saying this, that in the women's game it seems almost like the opposite, that it's an advantage because there aren't that many gaps with the 25-yard circle in the women's game, of course. 30 yards in the men's game as Wong comes in from our end. Plays that again through the mid-wicket gap. There's going to be another 4. Yep, another 4 to Cordelia Griffiths. Found that gap that you were talking about, Ian. 34 for 3 Sunrisers, who put this morning.
So, what does... Yes, what
do they decide to do? They move the field as a result of those 2 shots.
Or are they going to ask Wong to bowl a different line?
Yeah,
or
in,
say, don't go quite so straight.
Yeah, so they've brought third into short third, and long on has gone back to the rope. Wong Griffiths slices that through the gap between point and short third, having brought the fielder in from where the ball's just gone. It's another 4 runs to Cordelia Griffiths. Well, Sunrisers are 38 for 3. Griffiths are 14.
Made a little bit of the ground back here after Storm had a great start. Just this concept of the 1 loose over. This is the Grace Scrivens over from earlier on when she conceded 12.
12 and then took herself off again, yeah. So, Wong, what can she serve as the back end of this last bit of the power play? Cordelia Griffiths plays that through point. It's going towards it. I think we're going to get another 4 here. We are 4 runs to Cordelia Griffiths, who moves on to 22, and the score moves on to 42. Yeah, I was mentioning that it's a familiar attack for me. I've done on Central Sparks commentating, Izzy Wong and Ellie Anderson. So yes, it's a home from home here. There's Wong contemplates her next ball, the last ball of the 6th over. Griffiths. Oh, slices at that one and misses it. Wraith is very interesting. That's the end of the over. 6 overs gone. Power play done. Sunrisers are 42 for 3. Griffiths on 22. Villiers on 4.
2 overs for 21 from Izzy Wong. So kind of might have to think about where she puts the other 2 of Wong's overs. If there are 2 more, I suspect it wouldn't be too near the end. You'd have to kind of hide them somewhere in the middle, maybe after a wicket goes, so you've got a chance to bowl at a new batter.
Yeah, they used a lot of bowlers in the last game. They used 8 bowlers, Western Storm, in there.
Well, I think that's Sophia Smale from the far end.
It is.
To bowl her left arm spin.
Crowd coming in. Oh, got lots of people here.
And she's taking this might be an emotional call because she's taking 2 catches. She probably feels pretty good about herself. So let's get her on.
that's played through the covers, and they get through for a single. Middle one to the total, 43 for 3.
So interesting at the power play, end of the power play, Storm 37 for 1, and Sunrisers 42 for 3. Griffith on 22. Smell coming towards us around the wicket. Griffith thinks she can squeeze a single into the leg side, but not on occasion. Sophie Luff in at short mid wicket. So
just missed hitting Cordelia Griffiths with that throwback again. Bless her.
371 on the offside, 2 on the leg side for the left armour, and Griffith goes very fine. She'll pick up 1 this time. And it's Ellie Anderson who does the fielding.
She's doing well there because she's a tall figure, so to get down quickly.
So Villiers has 5, including that sweetly struck boundary off her first ball. Waits for Smale, and that's driven straight down the ground past where a very straight mid-off would be. That's going to go all the way to the rope in front of the Colin Atkinson pavilion, and that was a really well-placed shot. Didn't hit it very hard, but just picked what is quite a small gap, just almost to the first of the discs on the edge of the 25-yard circle, and it raced away. 48 for 3, and that's gone high in the air. Smell could be on for a caught and bowled here. No, she's left it quite rightly to Nat Wraith, and Wraith has just taken it with the gloves, and another wicket goes. Smale involved again. What an afternoon she's having. 2 catches and now a wicket in her first over. It's 48 for 4.
Wow, that set the flamethrowers off as well. For what is there. So Western Storm, you mentioned that they'd need to take some early wickets. Well, they've certainly done that. So they will need some resistance here in the middle order.
Good call as well, because that might have been a difficult one to judge whether the bowler would have wanted the caught and bowled, but Nat Wraith was out quickly from behind the stumps. Always should go to the keeper, and she safely pounced the catch.
Coming down from the height there, wasn't it, Ian?
It was coming down a long way, but you wouldn't expect the keeper to drop that in that situation. So here's the card at the moment for the Sunrisers. Scrivens caught by Smale off Filer for 1, Gardner caught by Smale off Anderson for 4, McLeod caught by Griffiths off Filer for 9, and now Villiers caught by Wraith off Smale also for 9. Winning in the 7th over, they've taken 4 wickets already.
They're all catches as well.
Yeah, yes. And this will be a test of how deep the Sunrisers' batting really is. Jodie Grucock in at number 6. And Smale's going to come over the wicket because she's a left-hander. Griffith has got nearly half the total, 23 out of 48. Smale to bowler 2. She's off the bottom edge. And Sophia Smale in the front is the front runner at the moment for the player of the match. She's got 2 wickets in her first over and 2 catches, and she got some handy runs at the end of the innings. It's 48 for 5.
You mentioned you can't keep her out of the action. She's not taking catches, she's just taking wickets straight through.
Might have got a bit of a bottom edge, possibly.
Might see here on the side.
Jodie Grucock going back.
Yeah,
she was quite deep in her crease. And here's one more angle. Probably more of the celebration than anything else. Here's Smale, she's off.
She's off. She's having a party this afternoon for Western Storm here in the sunshine.
48 for 5. And I'm just looking to see if there's a Duckworth Lewis score. There is. It's 67 at this point, so it shows they're a significant way ahead relatively in the game, the Storm. 48 for 5 after 7, 2 for 6 in her 1 over from Sophia Smale. And we see Chloe Skelton on the first time from this end.
Skelton in the sunshine, the sunglasses on, the back to us because we're in the Gothic pavilion. Right arm over, that's swept behind, but they decide against the run there. Didn't quite get hold of that. A bit glovey, I think.
Well, that was a full toss too, so Skelton just perhaps a bit nervous. That was the first delivery.
Yeah. Griffiths plays that to mid-on. And they're going to go for a run as a shot at the stumps. Ooh! Sophie Loft just misses that and it goes beyond. They could have got another run in there if they'd been a bit cuter to the shy at the stumps. I think Sophie Loft, one, can't believe she missed the stumps, and also that they can't believe they didn't take a single off that though. She's just checking the field now, having a little chat with her bowler.
Now suddenly, after that Smale over,
It was amazing, wasn't it?
it just feels as if the what's being asked of the Sunrisers has been ramped up quite a lot.
Skelton to Miller this time. Plays that straight to the cover fielder, and there is no run. There's a shy from Smale again. She's involved in everything. She's fielding close as well.
Wants to be involved in everything at the moment,
which
I guess.
is what you want, isn't it? Skelton works that into the leg side. There's a chase after it. Trying to chase the ball. We'll just get a single there. And that must be the 50 up, I imagine. Have we got the 50 up? Oh, we've got the cool look. He's having a good stretch there, the Storm coach. Oh, it's a bit tight there. Oh, reminds you of Twing something. As Skelton comes into Griffiths, comes forward, works into the leg side again, and again they get that single, and Sophie Loft goes chasing after it. And that was the 50 on the last one. So we're on to 51 for 5 now. Griffiths on 25, Flo Miller on the 1.
I wonder how many of the remaining target Griffiths got to realistically get. She might have to get to 60 or 70 to give them a chance.
Past Sophie Loft there, diving. They get one, they think about a second. Or they come back for a second. It could be a run out chance here. And it was close to get through for that second run. And all these runs I think are going to be vital here, Ian. It's 53 for 5 Sunrisers.
The key thing though, Claire, is the wickets column at this stage, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the challenge for them.
If they were, we have now had. There's the worm, which just tells you what the progress is. After 8 overs to be 53 for 5, they are 2 wickets worse off than the Storm were at this point. Yes, they're ahead with the runs, but it's what's left in the batting order. Is the batting order deeper than the Storm's is? What has Griffith got alongside her in terms of support? What support can they give her? She's the one really top order batter left. Amanda J. Wellington switches ends.
She gets a bruise for it as well.
And Sophia Smale taken off after taking 2 wickets and the 1 over. That was clubbed down the ground. Hannah Thompson-Ramford will be back at the halfway point of this chase. Cut away by Griffith into the offside. She'll get 1. Might be a bit of a fumble, but you'll have to settle only for a single. So Smale with 2 wickets in her only over. The other wickets for the Storm bowlers, 1 to Ellie Anderson and 2 to Lauren Filer. Filer 2 overs, 2 for 7. Very important at the start. Wellington in and just forced off the back foot by Miller, but not for a run. The remainder of the batting order: Amara Carr, Eva Gray, Sophie Monroe and Hancock in particular.
They've had a bat, so we shall see. These two may do it. Get on with it.
Miller waits for Wellington. Again, that was very tight line. Trying to wait for the bounce to pull it into the leg side, but it didn't really sit up for her to do that. 2 sweepers out on the leg side for Wellington. That's the shot she wanted to play the ball before. She's got it this time. Away out to Alex Griffiths in the deep. But that's a good over from Amanda Jane Wellington. Only the single from it. 54 for 5 after 9. At halfway, the Storm were 57 for 3. So finely balanced. We had a brief chat whilst you were having a cup of tea during the mid-innings break, and we said we thought the Sunrisers were slightly ahead at the half distance. You wouldn't say that now, and that's because the Storm have picked up those early wickets. 2 good catches from Sophia Smale, and then 2 wickets from her in her first over, and she's changing ends to come back from this Dryscothic Pavilion end.
Yep, so left arm around the wicket to Flo Miller. So has to play down the leg side, it's going to be a wide somewhere. 56 for 5. Smell in the action. She got 2 wickets at the Vipers, which was Elwes the opener and Harman key wickets in the last game. So what can she do this time? To add to her catches, it's gone underneath the fielder at backward point. There is a fielder coming round to throw that back in. They get the single. 7 for 5. It's on 26, Miller on 6. Smell ever in the action today. It's worked into the leg side. Some chasing going on. Just a single. Another one to the total. 59 for 5.
Didn't know that she's one of those dual sports people.
Oh yes,
Sophia.
Oh yes, and she's not
too clever by half.
Yes, she's not a sister of the other, the Seren Smile, but they have been competing for Wales at various things, haven't they? They will know each other as age group players of various sports. It's forwards, plays that straight to Sophie Love, and feels like efficiently as you'd expect from Captain Fantastic Sophie Love. And there is no run. 59 for 5 still Sunrisers, who put Western Storm into bat when they won their toss. So a good idea. We shall find out later as Smale comes into Griffith. Comes back, that's in the air, there are fielder underneath it. Yeah, oh, it's a great catch. It's a great catch out there field.
I think it's Amanda J. Wellington.
she threw it up in the air and nearly hit herself on the head. There's a lot of congratulating going on here. It's played lustily, but in the air. And Griffiths will have to depart, I'm afraid, for a great catch. Almost going over her shoulder as she came running in to scoop that up.
Cordelia Griffith is called by Alex Griffith. Bowling on
it is Griffiths.
Yeah, I think that's right. Alex Griffiths out in the deep there, taking a good catch. Shoulder height, but moving considerably. She did well there to steady her body and take the ball. So an enterprising innings from Cordelia Griffiths. 26 runs.
Coming back to all Sunrisers, number 17, Amara.
Is there a player who can match forward at the end of the Storm game? Is it done on a public vote?
No, Sunrisers do a vote on Twitter. They on Twix, Sunrisers do some public vote who gets the player of the game from there. Well,
Sophia Smale is presenting a very strong case at the moment.
She's doing everything. Catches, wickets. Yes. Well done, Sophia Smale, who now has a different target. So Amara Carr to the crease, the wicket keeper for Sunrise. She comes forward, just plays that back to the bowler. There is no run. It's the end of the over. So 10 overs gone. Sunrisers are 59 for 6. Ian Randall's going to get a cup of tea, and I'm going to be joined by Hannah Thompson-Radford. You're listening to Claire Jenkins and
halfway stage today, Sunrisers
we are both
6 for Warren, 76 runs to win and 7.6 runs to Rover, 6 days there in Western Storm, 57.
And this is the halfway stage, so 59 for 6. What do you reckon then, Hannah?
Wow, a lot of excitement.
What's going on?
Sophia Smale.
Oh yeah, she's in everything.
Absolutely.
Wellington, and that's played forward, but there is no
She's certainly made the day about her, hasn't she? Here, what a time to do it during a double header. The crowd,
the crowd. Oh, the crowd!
And she loves the crowd, doesn't she? She's been celebrating directly at them.
She has. That's swept to square leg. There are 2 fielders there. I think they'll cut that off, and they do. They get back for 2. Is a chance now. 2 runs there to the total. The Sunrisers 61 for 6. Miller on 9. Carr fresh to the crease. Wellington's got a real box of tricks. She's weaving her magic spell here as they get a single into the offside. There's a lot of diving about, but they don't think about a second one, so just the one then. 62 for 6. Miller on 10. Carr yet to school.
And of course we've had some movement in terms of top wicket takers, etc. as these matches have been going on, but she was, as of kind of yesterday,
Wellington,
right at the top, within the top 3 at least.
She was top for bowling.
Of course, there has been some movement since.
Yeah. Likes to take 3 wickets in a game. Judging by previous games, Wellington comes in. That's swept up in the air, but I think it's going to drop safely. It does indeed. There's a bit of a fumble. They managed to stop that. Yes, they did manage to stop that.
Let's have a look at the replay because I thought it did hit the.
Yes, I wasn't sure what had happened there.
Let's have a look.
Misses the first fielder.
No, she did stop it. She's come off her foot.
Yeah, oh well, great bit of
brilliant
there.
Yeah, from Izzy Wong out there.
64 for 6. As that's worked into the leg side. Loft going round, trying to have a shot at the stumps, but they get through for the quick single. 65 for 6. Miller to face this time. Amanda J. Wellington. It just feels like magic. It feels like a box of tricks. What's she going to pull out next for Flo Miller? Ooh, straight past the bat. Bamboozled. And that's the end of 11 overs. Sunrisers are 65 for 6. Miller on 10. Carr on 3. And Ian quite like this double still. That's probably sure. It'd have to be at 85. It'd have to be at 88 now. Which is a little bit behind that. And 6 wickets down. That's the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, there's crucial points for, if Western Storm go on to win this, there's crucial points for kind of leapfrogging the table.
Well, we need to be in the top half, don't they? There's 8 teams and 8 regions, and the top 4 will play off in the semi-finals. So Western Storm, as Hannah said, looking for those key points. That's played backward of square past the umpire and then get through for a single. 66 for 6.
Skelton the bowler.
Skelton the bowler, indeed.
She had a really good season last year. Bursting on the scene.
She caught Charlie Knott, which would have been a key wicket against the Vipers. Took a couple of wickets against Sparks, Freeborn and Perrin. Key wickets that night.
Second delivery. It's tweaked round the corner, but goes straight to the fielder. Does the throw come in well enough? Not quite. Run taken. Sunrise is 67 for 6. Carr on strike. Uses her feet and hits it straight back over the top of the bowler's head, but Fran Wilson will tidy up behind. Another single to the scoreboard, 68 for 6. Carr moves on to 5.
Oh, we've got discussion going on here. What do you reckon's going on there then, Hannah?
Peter Traeger saying, yeah, batting coach, I've been teaching them how to bat well. And have you seen my girls out there? You know, yeah, I taught them all that, been coaching. Yeah, Somerset legend, of course. Now involved with coaching at the Western Storm. Skelton gets hit away, for it should just be one fielder, should tidy up. Does good to stop. We're going to come back for 2 though.
Good fielding down there, so that's a pocket down in that corner. Swift is busy out there. Not a great catch she took as well.
Very athletic. Bit of flight from Skelton. Gets pushed out for 1.
To smile, of course. She's in everything, isn't she?
Absolutely. It's her day, it's her game.
Bryony Smith's got a 50 in the other game. Just Smith stars.
Oh, brilliant news.
Northern Diamonds set under 24. South East Stars are 109 for 3 after 14 overs. They need 16 runs off 36 balls, so looking good for the Stars at just on the street. And in the other game, the Blaze set under 34, Central Sparks are 67 for 4, so losing looking steaming. Sparks only 67 off 50 balls, so some close games going on. So Smale comes in and around the wicket. They work that into the leg side. Sophie Love goes for a chase and they get a single. Score moves on to 72 for 6.
Yeah, Midlands Derby, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, the Midlands Derby. That's
East
right.
West.
They usually let us loose on that one. But this is our home playing county. So Sophia Smale just reorganising her field. Going on a car. Sunrise as we can keep our tabs of that. A bit of a half appeal there, but there was a no one.
Yeah, this definitely does feel like home. It's great to see as well, seeing Tier 1 being allocated to Somerset.
That's all that went ground. The new team next year, Smell comes around. Carr works that to long on. That is leg boundary. Barrier rather, and they get through for a single. 74 for 6. Smile in all the action here. Miller to face this time. She's at 15 at the moment. She works that backwards of square. They get through for a single. Annie Anderson doing the tidying up. Runs the total 74 for 6.
Crowd's looking really healthy as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's going to be a double header, but yeah, there's a lot of people underneath us. Yeah. They're in all the stands have got some good spread of people in the sunshine here at the Cooper Associates ground. That's worked into the leg side. There's a field that's easy one's going to tidy that up on the boundary, and they get through for just the one run. 75 for 6. And we're approaching the end of that 13th over. The score is finally balanced, but the wickets is going to be the challenge for the Sunrisers. What resistance can Miller and Carr? There's that into the offside. There's a fielder there.
Sounds like a restaurant.
Miller and Carter, yes. Miller and Carr. Good start. That's the end of the over. 13 overs gone. Sunrisers are 76 for 6. And at the same stage, Western Storm were 85 for 3. So, yes, better on both counts for Western Storm. So, when Western Storm finishes up, look at all those people. They've got the hats on, which is good. They've got sun cream on, because it's a lovely afternoon out there. Look at all those people. Lovely.
Trade Nation hats.
Oh, yeah. Yes. They're all looking. They're all awake as well, which is... we had the shot of the guy who was asleep.
Skelton continues. Sweeped backwards. The fielder should just get round, or is the ball going to win? The ball wins 4 runs to her total. Miller moves on to 21.
Yes, it feels like some pressure on Flo Miller here to really keep this going.
It's her highest score in the competition of this season so far in the Charlotte Edwards Cup 2024 edition. Skelton looks to respond. Straight delivery, flicked off the legs once again. It's 1 run taken. Yeah, when I first started here doing work experience as a 15-year-old, it was... Yeah, but they kept me on for some reason, which was transformative to my life.
I forgot.
But it used to be the hard hats, the yellow hard hats rather than the orange caps. Uses her feet to try to find the gap in the field out in the deep, but instead finds a fielder.
Just down there, pushing on the boundary.
It used to be those yellow hard hats.
You had to sit in the hand with a hard hat on, did you? Or that was where...
That's what all the fans used to wear, rather than those orange caps. Okay. It was those like builder hats.
Not like the buckets in the Big Bash. Bucket hats.
This time it flicked on the offside, and the fielder will race round. We're going to come back for 2. Izzy Wong did well to pick that up.
Keeping it busy out there, aren't they? Swimming on that boundary.
Our Sunrisers 84 for 6. Yeah, it used to be hard hats, and you'd have like warning signs across the boards. Hit back to Fran Wilson, 4-1. Turning the score forward over nicely here, but will it be enough?
I've got enough deliveries, that's the thing. Sort of 40 off about 50 balls, 50 off 40 balls.
Skelton, and it's got an aerial, but should find a gap in the field. There's 3 fielders chasing it. It'll be Wilson who picks it up. They'll come back for 2.
Yeah, we heard Ian talking about make a call. If you're going to go, there's a danger of crashing in.
Yeah, and that brings the end of the over. Sunrisers 87 for 6, Carr on 10, and Miller looking the most promising on 25.
Yes, it's exciting, isn't it?
Certainly feeling like these two are building up a partnership that will get them into this game for sure. As you mentioned, the maths isn't.
No, it's not too bad. 48 off 36.
Yeah,
so it's doable.
It certainly is.
Can Western Storm finish this off and get back on the Anderson?
Number 24, Lauren Filer.
Oh, Filer, I beg your pardon. I was talking about Filer. Long way away. Central Sparks. Filer, yes. And as you said,
she'll come back soon.
Yeah, Filer, as you mentioned at the Test match, the crowd really got behind her, clapping her. She pumps her arms and her elbows flying. Miller, leaves that one, thinks better of that one, goes straight into the wicket-keeper, and there is no run. Yeah, I was saying that I was at the England match the other night when she bowled, and I was just at the angle where you could kind of get a real sense of how fast it's coming in, and it really is rapid.
And she's such a success story of this regional competition.
Yeah, product of the regional setup, very much. Miller backs away, plays that backward of point. There is a fielder there who's going to pick that up. Just a single to the total. 88 for 6.
That's your mate Anderson.
That was yes, Ellie Anderson. Under 19s, of course, and for Central Sparks home club, but lent out to Western Storm at the moment.
Yeah, Storm have done well to pick up Izzy Wong and Anderson from
yeah.
Sparks. Two
Nice
brilliant.
attack from Central Sparks. Filer to Carr this time. Takes a little waft at that. Straight through to the wicket keeper. There's no run. 88 for 6. Sniffy. Donny just missed the edge of that bat.
You can tell why Filer was smiling there.
Yeah, because it was the last game at Chelmsford, but there was, whatever game it was, she was making things happen, Filer. What can she make happen today as Carr plays that straight to the cover fielder? Fantastic. Good guiding stop and there's no run. 88 for 6. The last couple of balls of the 15th over, and I'll be leaving my seat for Ian Randall to come back in. So you're listening to Claire Jenkins and Hannah Thompson-Radford, former Somerset players at the moment, on the live stream from Somerset. That's past the bowler. They're going to get there screaming in for a It's a direct hit. Just a single then. 88 for 6.
See it on replay.
It's a good shy, but she's already in, I think. She's doing a hoovering the other end and getting a bat down. The last ball of the over then. Filer. Elbows go in. Backs off, plays that to deep third. Ellie Anderson, just the single then. So 15 overs gone, and Sunrisers are 90 for 6. To finish the game off. Well, it's been a pleasure. Great to see you. And, have a great end here.
Thank you, Claire. Brilliant as always. Let's see what's going on here. Are you sure you don't want to stay? Because it's your friend now. It's Anderson is coming into the attack. So from Central Sparks on loan.
Number 45, Ellie Anderson.
I've got some news for Claire.
Oh.
If the Storm are going to win, She's going to come back in and do the last over.
Oh, there we go. I thought she was having a lucky escape, you know. And
so pay attention.
So, lots
45 off 5 still feels to me like the Storm have still got control of this.
Yeah, lots of plans going on out there, lots of talking, lots of high-fiving. You can feel the kind of pressure starting to build. Anderson strikes here, Storm will certainly be on top as Anderson comes in. It's swiped straight to Luff. They won't mind a dot ball, that's for sure. They have to keep those dots coming, keep piling up, building that pressure, making it increasingly difficult for the Sunrisers.
We're in the Marcus Trescothick Pavilion, in the box next door. Mike Smith, former England Test bowler. I think he must be the match referee for the Somerset Essex match later on today.
There's Anderson. Comes in to Miller, swipes it, finds the fielder. Just for one taken, a bit of a wayward throw, but luckily backed up by Fran Wilson there.
Those fielders square of the wicket on the boundary are so important that they're keeping those paddle shots or the sweep shots down to 1, provided the line can be such that they can't play those shots too far in front of square. Then they're really important. They're creating a gap for them to play into those areas, but they're only giving singles away.
Carr on strike, tries to flip over the top, does go over the top of Ray. Ray's got the chase on, there's 2 fielders there to support. Big throw in, and come back for 2.
Clever shot. First time we've seen that ramp really played well. And here's looking on the replay. He's gone very early with it to be almost a premeditated shot, if you like. But she got 2 for it. And Carr's got a 99 in the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Trophy, so in a different kind of, in a longer format, she has proved that she can occupy the crease and slowly build a total.
Certainly can as Anderson to Carr, uses her feet. It's gone straight to Luff, who decides to hold on. I did wonder whether Luff would back herself there to have a shy, but decision in the end was just to hold. Miller on the strike. Yeah, Carr as well as another one of those players from the Sunrisers who played for Western Storm in the KSL era. Links to the West Country, played for Devon. Pretty sure we saw her dad in the crowd on the live stream earlier, who's been very influential within the Devon region. As Anderson to Miller. He's gone aerial. It should be okay. Will the fielder get there? No, the fielder well held on by Amanda Jade Wellington. That completed the departure of Miller for 28. Ellie Anderson with the wicket. A brilliant breakthrough for the Storm.
We've seen some good catching today. Not many chances have gone down. That collision one very nearly did earlier on, but in the deep, by and large, as the Storm players celebrate the departure of Flo Miller.
It looks like as well that we'll see it here. Look, Wong and AJW have their own little handshake.
But again, well judged catch. Had a long time to set herself to take it, but still had to take it. As Rose bat is put through the measure as she comes out. A key wicket. Another key wicket. It's another small step towards potential victory here for the Storm. And would you say, Hannah, it's kind of a little bit against the form book if they win? Not on what we've seen, but in terms of leading up to today?
I guess leading up to today, yes, it's obviously Sunrise have come into this match off the back of a win against Vipers, who are a notorious team within all competitions, aren't they? They're champions for too many bits of silverware, some would say. So you would say, yeah, maybe full of confidence. Whereas Storm, we've got Anderson coming in now. Well, slightly down legs, so we're going to run through for a quick single. Will she shy at the start? No. But Western Storm haven't yet recorded that kind of victory in the last few matches, so yeah, this could be the turning point for Storm. As Sunrisers 94 for 7, Carr on 14, and Gray yet to score.
Anderson 2 overs, 2 for 7. She's still got 2 overs left, so she may bowl out But there are all kinds of options for Sophie Luff, and she's going to give Lauren Filer the last of her 4 overs from the Surrey and Botham stand end, the far end of the ground from our commentary position. But you could almost say the scorer's box end, because that's now where they are, been moved into the what you might call the turret at that far end of the ground.
Yeah, Cecilia Shapansky and Polly Rose, and mentioned earlier Cecilia's daughter Lorraine got her 100th cap for Somerset this week.
So Sunrisers 95 for 7, only 4 overs to go. A short one from Filer to start the over, and Gray tried to crack it away through the offside but didn't get a touch. Filer's a little bit of extra pace against 8, 9, 10, 11 can just hurry them, force a mistake, and even if it doesn't do that, it can keep the runs down because she's so hard to get away. That's actually well chopped away by Gray. Down to Ellie Anderson, who gets the return in quickly, but they've managed to scamper through for 2. But where are the big hits going to come from in this Sunrisers lower order? Can Amara Carr really put bat to ball and get 2 or 3 boundaries in an over that might make it a bit edgy towards the end or not? Fire to Gray again, outside the off stump, but not a wide. I'll just check the card for the wides total. We've had a good day for that from both sides. In fact, only 2 bowled by the Storm so far, so that's even better in terms of the discipline than the Sunrisers earlier on. And there are the sunbathers. Well, not quite, but you kind of get the idea.
And he's got a suit on, he's got a blazer jacket on. It's scorching out there.
Filer 2 for 12 in her last over. Very short, probably be called a no ball, and is. Yeah, that was tennis ball bounce, and I think Filer knew as soon as she delivered it that was going to get called as a no ball, and we now have the free hit. Do we? It wasn't a front foot no ball. Ben Peverill hasn't
signalled it.
Hasn't signalled it. Unless it was a front foot. I mean, if it was a front foot, then he'd definitely be calling it as such. Filer to continue. That's clipped straight to Smale again, I think. And she's walking. So that was not the free hit.
Well, will we have some controversy now?
Away goes Eva Gray, caught I think again by Smale at mid-on, but that was, I thought that previous ball should have been called as a free hit for a very high no ball, but umpire Ben Peverill only called it as a no ball. And for the Sunrisers, that was quite a soft dismissal. It felt as if, given some of the other catches we've seen taken today, that was a relatively comfortable one for Sophia Smale. It's 98 for 8.
Yeah, Filer with 3 for 13. Just 13 runs off of her for her 3 wickets.
And I might be wrong here. I don't see Sunrisers getting more than 15 runs closer to the Storm total. And sorry, I don't see them getting closer than a 15-run defeat. If I've said that really very badly. Storm have got at least 15 runs in hand here. That's a better way to put it. Filer in her last over, chopped away by Nicola Hancock, who's come in at number 10, and they'll come back for 2.
Oh, Nicola Hancock not happy about where the fielders were stood. Looking at the umpire saying, oh, what are you going to do about this?
Implying there was effectively an obstruction. I mean, there was not a run out. She did complete the 2.
The fielders were saying, well, we were trying to back up in case the throw came in, so tension out there building.
Final with 1 ball left in her stint. 3 for 15, a good return from England duty. That's gone fired down the leg side, and it will go for 4, and it's got a thin inside edge as well, so that's rather spoiled her figures at the end, but she's still taken 3 for 19 from her 4 overs. This is the last delivery, sort of squeezed away through a gap that didn't really appear to exist between the batter's legs, but it's 104 for 8. There are only 3 overs to go, and they need 31 off 3 overs. Ellie Anderson can bowl 2 of those, and Sophie Love's got to find a bowler to bowl 1 at the other end, and she's got all kinds of options. It feels like Sophia Smale's day. She should be probably the one to bowl the one at the far end.
I think it probably will be as well. You've probably written that into the stars, because I imagine that will be Luff's next call. But for now, it will be Anderson. Oh dear, yes. Hancock and Gabby Brown are still having a conversation about the fielders and running.
And the umpire quite rightly is being firm in her retort of the batsman's argument.
Anderson has bowled her! Anderson with yet another wicket. Card departs for 14. Sunrisers 104 for 9.
And I think that's my cue to ask Claire to come back in and complete the victory here, because this may not take much longer, and the Storm, I think, are going to win quite comfortably now. I mean, it makes it an obvious thing to say, but they've regularly taken wickets, and that is ultimately why they're going to win.
Western Storm have had a brilliant day here at Taunton in front of a really lovely crowd that's building up nicely here. Pinned Sunrisers 104 for 9. Carr departed on 14 there, bowled by Ellie Anderson, on loan from Central Sparks. Welcome back, Claire.
Oh, it's getting exciting, isn't it? Ooh, as you said, it's great that there's the prospect of a home win here on this double header. You're listening to Hannah Thompson-Radford and Claire Jenkins, both former Somerset players, here on the YouTube live stream for Somerset and the Charlotte Edwards Cup.
Sophie Munro, the new batter, in wayward delivery from Anderson. So she'll want to forget about that one. You were mentioning earlier how tidy the bowling's been, but we'll forget about that one. But Munro batting here, on loan from the Blaze. Normally see her batting a bit higher up.
Yeah.
She is somebody who can absolutely tonk it. So Sunrisers still have their last kind of chance here. Anderson. Munro makes some space, finds a gap in the field. Izzy Wong with the fielding. They're looking to come for 2, but it certainly won't be on her arm.
Finally with the 3 wickets. Ellie Anderson with the 3 wickets, and Sophia Smale with the 3 wickets. Oh, you could say 6 wickets for Central Sparks. Oh, I'm amusing myself now.
Yeah, remember who you're here for
yes,
today,
I know,
yes?
no, it's paying me, Western Storm. Is this you or is this me?
It's me, so Anderson was in. They looked for a single, but they won't get it away. Smell doing the fielding. Yeah, remember you're the West today.
Remember I'm a Womble. Yes, I'm in the West today.
I'm a West
today.
today.
The West, former Somerset player. I did play a bit for Derbyshire, but that just confuses matters.
Yeah, because you can't be too greedy and have 3 teams to align with, you know. The Blaze, the Sparks, and the Western Storm. As Maloney comes in. And this time it's flicked, it finds the fielder, and it's taken Western Storm with the victory here at Taunton.
Wow. Yes, that was a great catch there. Straight to her. She moved it a little bit in. And just look at the bowling card. But yes, that was a catch to finish there.
See it on the replay.
So Anderson to Hancock, who plays that straight to the fielder at Cow corner is a good catch, and that's the end of the game. So Sunrisers have finished on 106 for 9. 9? Oh, 10. Yes, they're all out. Sorry, 106. Yes, they're all 106 all out. Of course they are. 106 all out. They were chasing 134 that Western Storm set them. Having won the toss and put Western Storm into bat. And that's a sunny day here at Taunton. And Western Storm find themselves winning the first game of a double header here. I'm being shown lots of statistics. I can't look at all those numbers. I'm sorry, Ian.
Yeah, Anderson.
As the players just shake hands here and go off the pitch.
Anderson will pick up the bowlers. 4 wickets, 9 runs.
Yeah, and Western Storm win by 28 runs here at the Cooper Associates County Ground. And the other games today, let's just have a quick look through those. So we were at the Blaze. Central Sparks need 20 off 6 balls, so that's a tough ask there over Nottingham. The other games are, I think, finished. I don't know if I can get that fast enough. No, I can't get that fast enough. So, this is the first of the double headers. They are coming off the pitch, well pleased with themselves, Western Storm. Great victory here at Taunton in front of a good crowd and the sunshine. And so this was Western Storm versus Sunrisers in the Charlotte Edwards Cup. Western Storm win by 28 runs. You've been listening to Claire Jenkins and Hannah Thompson-Radford, former Somerset players, and Ian Randall. My next commentary will be next Saturday, Sparks versus Diamonds at Edgbaston. And I'm back here on Sunday, or in this part of the woods, because I'm doing Western Storm versus Vipers, which again is a double header at Bristol, which is the family day. It's a lovely day down there. They get all the kids playing on the outfield. They get the players out for signatures and things. So the next round, so Sunrisers will find themselves at Northants on Sunday the 2nd of June against Diamonds. They will also play on Thursday the 6th of June against the Stars at Lords. Meanwhile, Western Storm will be going to Leicester on the Friday the 7th of June to play against the Blaze. And any final thoughts then, Hannah?
Just come on the Storm, isn't it?
It's great, isn't it?
Starting off now. This is the kind of flipping of the script now. They've got that winning momentum, and they've got, as I mentioned, a few big games coming up. So hopefully this is the start of that new chapter for them.
Well, it's the M word, isn't it? The momentum thing. If you can get some wins, because the games are quite close together here. We've got a competition that's to start, middle and end. They're heading towards finals day on Saturday the 22nd of June at Derby. So get your tickets, because you're going to get 3 games that day. Proper semi-finals and a final for this competition, Charlotte Edwards Cup. So anything else, Hannah?
No, I think summed it up perfectly.
Okay, well, thank you very much for listening today. If you've got chance, please press the thumbs up, which is always good for us in terms of our numbers, and you will find us. We will speak to you again. Thank you very much for looking after us at Somerset today, and we'll see you again soon.
Victory for Western Storm in the first of our T20 doubleheader this afternoon by 28 runs, and it is time for the post-match presentation. We start with player of the match. Some of the notable contributions today: Sophie Love with 41 from 34 balls, Laura Finer as well with 3 for 19 with the ball, but with 3 for 15 with the ball, 14 from 9 balls with the bat, and 3 catches to go as well. Player of the match is Sophia Smayer. Sophia receives a magnum of Chippendale sparkling wine presented by CEO of Somerset, Jamie Cox. Sophia, many congratulations. A busy afternoon for you.
Yeah,